Oh, there, I got it.
You got it? All right. Welcome to a late night live session with myself, SlotTraveler, Paylines, and we're just going to catch up, discuss slots, all kinds of fun stuff. So if you're seeing this next morning, enjoy during this. This is your sermon. And if you're not subscribed to Paylines and SlotTraveler's channel, please see the description down below or the link at the end of this video, and you can find it there. Otherwise, how are you, gentlemen?
I'm doing fantastic. You look fantastic today.
You want to fuck me? I've always known this. How are you, Mr. Traveler? Are you laying in bed?
I am.
Are you touching yourself?
Yes, I am.
Of course you are.
I'm not soft anymore.
Cameron called him soft the other night.
Oh, okay, sure. I did see that episode too, actually. While you were, yeah.
Oh,
cool.
My late night obsession is watching Paylines without him knowing.
And then you occasionally say things and then disappear.
Yeah. Especially when somebody pisses me off. So they're either talking shit about me or saying that, or you saying that everybody hates Negan. That's the biggest load of shit I have ever heard in my entire life. You may say that you hate him, but if you really think about it, you love to hate him, or like, the storyline without him would be nothing. So you love Negan. You just do.
Absolutely. And okay. I love the actor who plays him. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's phenomenal as Negan.
Yes. No, I'm sure that he gets on, just like King Joffrey in Game of Thrones. Love him. Oh my God. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Okay,
I don't.
That's lost if you don't know who I'm talking about, but it's good stuff.
You need to watch that show because it's really good.
Oh man, you will binge that shit. You will not be able to turn it off.
I watched the first episodes and the first two, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yes, but it does take a little bit of time.
I see. Okay.
I'm a 2-episode queen. If it don't work, done.
2-episode queen. Is that? Do you go by dates like that too? If they don't.
That's correct.
I'm like a 1 day. If you don't put out on the first date, I'm done. That's just like,
no, I'll give him 2.
Nope.
I still need to go through their medicine cabinet.
Dinner, you put out. That's the way it goes.
No, I don't care about dinner. I just go through their medicine cabinet. I want to see what they have and all that stuff.
Oh my God!
I like a little romance first. I'm pulling up the chat now. Sorry, I have not been paying attention to said chat, so I apologize for.
Richard says, "Where the hell is Brent?"
I don't want to say I've given up on him, but at the same time, I do. Like, it's.
But to be fair, you didn't even text him, or did you?
I didn't. Fuck him. No. Okay. If you saw my text log about how many times I've asked him to go live stream, and he has given me like, I only got to sleep till 11 a.m. today, or whatever his lame excuse is. Like, you would understand. Like, I'm exhausted from trying to. It's like Helen Keller. I just can't anymore.
Well, we have 2 different experiences. He's always said yes to me.
Fuck you! And some kind of shit at me, you bitch.
And by the way, he said yes to do Family Feud, and we're still waiting on you.
He did, and he did not cancel on you though, because he would have canceled on me because of whatever. He was grumpy Grumperson that day because of a colonoscopy or some shit. I don't know. You would think that would be a walk in the park for him, but
he would be happy. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So. That you were lucky that day, because I remember he I think I even asked him to live stream afterwards, and I got turned off. Fuck you. We're close enough friends that he can turn me down.
But I'm surprised you didn't give him shit, because he thought a carrot was a symbol in Cash Coaster.
Why do you think I haven't given him shit? I have watched that episode, and I know the nonsense behind that. How did that even start, by the way? Just like people like the carrot emoji or something, or what?
No, it's Yo Teddy. Is he usually in your live chats, Yo Teddy? He's always giving out carrots.
This bitch doesn't live chat but once a month. He wouldn't know who's in his live chats or not.
Fuck you guys. I like to keep my audience
guessing.
These special events. Fuck you.
So they were because on Slot Family Feud you can give the chat. You can have the chat help you, and Teddy kept putting the carrot emoji, and Brent guessed carrots.
But so then with Teddy, there's got to be a story behind the carrot. Then what's the story?
What's the story behind the carrot? I don't know it either.
I don't know either. You just always
well, Teddy, if you're in the chat room, let's talk. We gotta find out what your obsession is. So, gentlemen, current favorite slot machine. Let's talk about it. Wheel-O-Rama? Mine too!
Oh, God. So I just got back from Vegas, and there was like a bunch of games I wanted to try. One was the new Zeus and Kronos. Hated it.
Okay, yeah.
The Firelink, it took me a while to like the game, but the one that surprised me the most, and you guys will give me shit for this, is the new Cash Spin Deluxe. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know what the
fuck Cash Spin Regular is. That sounds terrible.
Really? Oh, well, it was a 3-reel Bally game.
Mm-hmm. I was just going to say it's a Bally product, isn't it? Yeah, Marty.
No, but bear with me. And the reason why I say that I like it because they did a lot of clever stuff with the new one. You know how the babies come out in Foodily. I don't know if you like. I call them tails because that's technically what they are.
Oh, okay. Bally's loves that shit. Yes.
Right. So in the new Cash Spin, when you're about to get the U spin on the third reel, the wheel flies by the reels, right? And then it goes boom. And sometimes it does it and sometimes it doesn't. Okay. And when it doesn't, it scares the crap out of you. And I thought it was so exciting. I was so loud with it. I was like, come on, it's coming. Bam. And I just
I was going to ask.
I'm glad it wasn't there
every time or if they don't, because if they do it every time, it bothers the piss out of me. But if they do it half the time, it doesn't bother me so much.
No, it was. And then, the original Cash Spin also had the money bag. So if you get 1, 2 money bag, and then it anticipates the third one, some of the time the U spin comes out and scares the crap out of you. You weren't expecting it. So they did a fantastic job with that game. So kudos to whoever team at Bally did that.
I will say though that if what you're describing is correct,
so you're saying he's doing a misrepresentation of his experience,
right? And the reason I say that is because anytime that I've seen stuff like this in the past, I feel like they get like the Gollum feature in Lord of the Rings is what it reminds me of, is a feature that can basically scare you, which I'm with you, I love, but they did away with that. Plus, they also did away with the tornado feature when they redid the transmissive Wizard of Oz games for the Over the Rainbow and the other one.
This is what, 1992?
Stop.
I think we've come a long way.
Manny likes boring games.
But if you know what I'm talking about, you will know that they made that change as well. It used to have like a lightning strike, and it didn't when they redid it in the second versions.
Here's the thing. So Cash Spin won't scare you, but because I like to play it super loud and the sound on those cabinets are amazing, like boom, it's like yes, especially when you're not expecting it. So I like my machines loud. I think you do too.
I do. I'm just saying that I don't feel like we're in the majority there with that.
Maybe I should say Cash Spin surprised me more.
I still think that's the same as being scared.
I think what he's saying is that
it's like a Jack in the Box. I hate those
yes.
fucking shit out of me. I hate Jack in the Box. I still think they can't use one. It's scare the shit out of me.
I think what he's saying is that they polished a 3-reel game, and that's very hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a transmissive game, I assume?
Yeah. In the dancing drums cabinet, so it looks all nice, and those cabinets are beautiful. So
the mechanical dancing drums I've only seen once. I think.
No! I'm sorry. You know how the video dancing drums are in that like vertical with the curve
cabinet that Heidi's in?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They put the 3 reels in there.
Do you know? So like Aristocrat has done that too, where they've come out of cabinets. I think even IGT has, where they're like kind of like an S shape or a flame. I think is what they call them. What's the gag behind that? Is it better for viewing or something? Because it looks awfully expensive to make.
And it doesn't really do what it's supposed to. So at G2E one year, Aristocrat made the same type of cabinet, but for some reason it was going to have the Big Lebowski in it because that's what I saw at G2E.
They changed it, yep.
They changed it to I think maybe SG sued them for that cabinet design because I haven't seen them release that cabinet yet.
It was called the Flame. I should look it up. I love stuff like that. Manny, if this bores you, I'm sorry, but I love
it doesn't.
keep going.
No, so I was just saying, well, maybe Aristocrat stopped the production of that cabinet because SG had it. Because, WMS sued Bally and Aristocrat for transmissive reels.
I was going to bring that up earlier, actually, when you talked about Cashman, because I believe Cashman was the game that, like, started that.
Exactly. But they were allowed to continue with the vertical transmissive.
And now they're the same company, which I think is hilarious.
I know. Now they're
like,
allowed
I wonder if the same like people that were on the teams going head to head are like now in the same department.
I know.
So awkward, I think.
Did we re-release our transmissive games, which were kind of terrible at the Bally ones, but whatever.
What was that question?
Isn't that cabinet the same one for the new Game of Thrones on
I thought it was.
Aristocrat, but
at least it was at the show. I didn't go to the show this last year. I'm looking at cabinets in Aristocrat right now, and I don't see that flame cabinet.
I bet you they stopped it because they probably got a lawsuit from SG.
I suppose you can do a patent or a trademark or something on a cabinet design, can't you?
Absolutely. I mean, they did it with the transmissive reels.
Yeah, but if you ask me, transmissive reels is an amazing technology that, like, I mean, I would put patents on that shit. If that technology is far different, in my opinion, than a cabinet design. You know what I'm saying?
But it's probably patent over patent between the cabinet, between the reels, between the screen, between the glass.
I wonder if somebody from one company went over to Aristocrat and, like, that's.
Probably. That's how Star Rise is on IGT.
What do you mean that they came from where?
Right. I'm just saying that's a very WMS game. You have Mr. Monopoly on it.
He's now called Mr. Star Rise because.
Are you saying that the Star Rise voice is the exact same as Mr. Monopoly?
I don't think it is. I just think it sounds very close.
I mean sure.
Like a boss.
It sounds the same, yes. But I mean, I don't know.
To me, it sounds the same.
No, but in Vegas, I saw I was playing Star Rise, and right next to it was the new Hot Shot Monopoly, and you can tell there's a slight difference in the voice.
Okay.
Oh, how's that? Okay, so let's talk about that. First of all, did you not get a $2,500 jackpot on Star Rise? Did I see that?
No, I'm still waiting for mine, and I love that game.
Why am I stoned? I don't know.
You were watching Curry.
How was the new Monopoly one?
Terrible. I was really disappointed.
Okay, it looks
I couldn't get the Monopoly.
It's a hot shot, quick hot shot thing, right?
It's a hot shot. Yeah.
I hate hot shots. Oh my god, I hate hot shots.
Mm-hmm.
So I did good on it. Good in the sense that she didn't go broke. But
I went broke because I was playing at the Cosmo.
Does it, Manny? Right?
I'm sorry.
Nothing. Where's the chat at? I lost you guys already. Okay, there we are.
I think you missed like 2 super chats.
Did I miss some super chats? Well, let's go back then and take care of those because they're super fantastic. Oh, there's some carrots I see. Sanders Slots, $2. Kick-ass live chat tonight. Thank you very much, Miss Sanders Slots or Mr. Doesn't matter. Jackie just sent $5 as well. Thank you, Miss Jackie. And did I miss any other ones? There's lots of carrots.
Well, I think it's fantastic. You finally have some slot attendants in your chat. Doc Fam is a slot attendant, or excuse me, a moderator.
I'm sorry, you're impressed by that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because before you never had one.
Well,
I didn't know how to do it.
Everybody loves me. Nobody talks any shit. I said that to Manny. He's like,
I may have another.
I have a little bit of. I think I got to tell you something. I love the haters. Okay. Okay. So the new Monopoly one. What else is new?
What else did I play? The last day at Treasure Island, they took out Wild Fury and put in this game called All In, which I think is a stressful bullshit game where if you trigger a bonus, you can risk your bonus to go all in, and if you get an end, it takes your bonus away, and then you have a 0 bonus. So
I kind of think that's hot, though.
You might want to try it then. Like I have some like I did when I try out a new game, I don't go all in, right? So I'm kind of playing around with the bets, or I'll minimum bet just to get a feel for the game. So I have a lot of a lot of video that should be coming out for
I like
that.
how you justify your minimum betting. Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, especially in Vegas. But I did travel all the way to the SLS just to play Perfect 8.
No, I actually
Brian.
watched that live stream. I very much did. You and LJ, it was quite the team. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you put in like a $200 voucher and you cashed out like 1,000.
No, we were up to almost
okay, well
1,000.
then that's probably where I stopped the live stream.
Yeah.
You went down from there.
Yes, we were gonna risk it all because we wanted the hand pay because we know that game can hand pay.
So you wanted the bragging rights of the W2 form, which is totally justified. To be honest, I get you. I got you. Mm-hmm. And so what happened? What did I miss?
So I think we worked it. I forgot what we worked it down to, but we both, went halvesies in it, and so we worked it down to 660.
Yep, I gotcha.
We worked it to 660. But before we went live, we did I'm sorry to steal your little method here, the double or nothing we did on there.
Oh yeah, no, I totally was like, you got that for me.
Yep.
This is exactly what I was thinking.
You'll have to watch that video and then send me some copyright notices.
That's still amazing though. Like you I mean, yes, you got up to $1,000, but I mean, I could never cash out at 660. It would have to be 600 or probably 800 since you're splitting it between two people, and I'm weird like that.
Well, everyone didn't want us to go that low, and we're like, we drove all this way just for this game. Let's
can't believe your people in the chat weren't like egging you on to like just piss it all away. Basically, I feel like that's what they would do.
I would have.
I
would have.
Yeah, no. Well, that's good then that they held your hand and got you to cash out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
What was your biggest
Speaking of Vegas, wait a second. Speaking of Vegas, when are you going back to Vegas?
I have no plans of it at this time, and Brian gives me shit about this or doesn't believe me or whatever. But like, I really do. I've got a lot going on at home, so don't get me wrong there. But Vegas is changing, and it is changing for the worse. And I maybe I'm just too like stuck on what it used to be. And don't like what it's becoming or what, I don't know. I just got an offer from them today in the mail, but probably my birthday this coming summer. Otherwise, I don't know.
So let me get some clarity. When you say Vegas is changing, and I don't want to hear parking fees. I don't want to hear that.
And that's absolutely fine if you don't want to hear it. But like,
but I want to understand what you mean by that, because Southwest doesn't charge for bags, but if you fly United. It's not that thing. It's the freedom. It really is like not being able to take your liquor out onto the sidewalk, and you have to put it in a plastic cup and everything. Like that was the thing that that brought me to Vegas all the time was like, you're turning 21 or whatever, because I'm that young, and I still drink in the Strip. I don't know what you're talking about.
The freedom of only other place other than that is Bourbon Street that you can walk around with your liquor. And
you can do that on the Vegas Strip.
Such a liberating feeling. What?
That's what I'm saying.
You can do that on the Vegas Strip. You just can't be in a glass bottle or whatever it is.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is, you're not listening, is that is part of the changes that Vegas is going through. It's a little nitpick here. You can say, you can still do it with whatever, but like it all adds up, I guess, to me.
So you're saying you don't like the fact that it's moving away from being Sin City.
Correct. Yes, it's getting to the shaking out of the themes of hotels. That's another one. That the adultification, like the growing up, I guess, of Vegas maybe a thing.
I hear what you're saying on the theming, but which is the last casino that opened in Vegas?
Which is the last one?
Yeah, it's been so long that I don't know.
Well, I mean, Cosmopolitan or SLS. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like you're being very nostalgic about something that's not necessary.
Oh, I'm sure I'm being very nostalgic, and it's not justified. I'm just being honest. Another thing on Manny's, or I'm sorry, on SlotTraveler's live chat is you talked about you loved gambling at New York. Well, do you know what New York used to be like inside? Like it was so much more amazing, and it basically like when you go to that and then you go to what it is now, it fucking sucks.
Well, you can blame MGM for that because they're the ones who are.
I do blame MGM. That's why I don't stay with them anymore.
MGM is the one that is ruining the Vegas Strip.
I do. I completely would agree with that analysis. I guess
just to be fair, I didn't see any different from the last time from 10 years ago when I went. The bathroom still looked like it was New York City.
It really did feel like you were in the middle of New York when you walked into New York. And maybe you think that it feels like that now, but if you saw what there used to be like a river going down the middle of it when there was like a bridge and shit over it, like for Central Park or some shit. I don't know, but I love the little bridge.
You're talking about the one.
You would have been a great troll underneath that bridge, Manny. I'm sure.
I don't know what bridge you're talking about.
I'm the kind of person. I mean, look at this office. It's themed to Disneyland. Like I'm the type of person that likes an immersive experience. When you go into whatever.
Your office is themed like Disneyland.
Kiss my ass, bitch. I knew something.
I'm trying to figure out that buffalo.
I know you're jealous. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I got my 72-hour ban for the first time today.
Okay, yes. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Let's talk about that. Thank you. So I've had countless of those. But was this for like being a repeat offender for recording?
That's what they said, but I think there's something weird. About 2 weeks ago, I was caught recording, and they asked me to leave. It's a 12-hour ban, whatever, and I did fine. Since then, I've been to the property.
Small. Okay, all right, keep going.
Yeah, and since then, I've been to the property. No issues. Today, I'm not even recording. I'm just with a group of people, and
I don't think they're listening. You don't have to whisper.
Oh, I think they're listening. I didn't think I was.
It's probably because you hear folks or whatever around you. You don't want them to know that you're banned from the casino. Like,
I know.
I'm gonna get grounded.
And
okay, keep going.
Yeah, they pulled me aside and they said, "Where this is a 7 to 2 hour notice because you were previously told that you can't record." And I'm like, "But I'm not recording."
Were you live streaming or something? Because they love it when you give that rebuttal. It's so great. I love it.
I didn't even have my phone out.
Did you have it out earlier that day, though? Maybe they saw you in the eye in the sky.
Nope.
It sounded like somebody called in because someone said, oh, we're looking for one of the security was like, oh, we're looking for SlotTraveler.
I know, and in hindsight, I thought I probably should have not signed the form, but I did.
Ooh, I've never been asked to sign a form. What is this about?
Oh, they had it in their hands from the very beginning before they even approached them.
They made you sign a form like acknowledging that you know the 72-hour ban?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's... See, I've always wondered that because my most recent ban for the 3 months or whatever, it didn't come certified mail, and that really pissed me off. Because, if
they didn't spend the extra dollar.
No, because what if I didn't get the letter because our reliable U.S. Postal Service, and I went up there and hit a jackpot or something, and they we had to go through this legal battle of because they would claim that was theirs or give it to a responsible gaming company or organization or whatever. That would have been a problem. And
True. Because
the other one from the same state that is a lifetime ban, that came certified. So, I mean, I was very proud of that. But, it really pissed me off.
I took the form and I put it in the trash can. And then I said, can I go to the restroom before I go?
Oh, you got a copy of it too?
Yeah, I trashed it. I need extra paperwork.
Marty, those are frameable.
Frameable work.
That is a badge of honor, motherfucker.
Next time I'll send it over to you.
Think about it, though. Like, think of all the times that I have been through that shit or whatever to get places to change their mind that everybody else can now benefit from. That's all I'm saying. So you can look at me like I'm Little Miss Delinquent or whatever. But, like, this is important. You're welcome.
I just didn't care.
I'm the one that got the policies changed at Aria and therefore every other M Life place.
And bravo for that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was under the influence that the Arizona casinos around you were pretty camera recording friendly. That's not true.
Talking Stick and Casino Arizona and Fort McDowell, those three I know for a fact are camera friendly, because when I got my big hit on Great Eagle Returns, I had security and a slot attendant, because they pay you out at $200. And
Arizona hadn't paid.
Still their policy.
No, only 2 casinos do that, though. The rest of them don't.
I don't care if even.
All right, but anyway,
the
slot attendant
is what it is. Do they ask you to spin it off too?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. But actually, no. The last couple Arizona hand pays I had, they never asked me.
Do you know that? Like, I wrote to the Arizona Gaming Commission about that, and I was pissed, and I guess I still kind of am, because the resolution like never came about with that, because the casino said that. I should actually find that response or whatever, but the casino basically said that the reason they do it is because the bonus may not be over, or something like that. I was just like, that's the biggest load of shit.
That's stupid, because it says game over on the screen too. So
exactly,
whatever.
like every slot machine has that set in that they will not flash that whatever until that paid spin is over.
Yep.
And boy, I mean, I really had to fight with them down there to not be required to do that when I was gambling there, and it really, really pissed me off, because in my, it doesn't do really anything to me, but seeing all the little old ladies and stuff around there that are people that are so excited to be hitting such a big amount, they're not worried about one more spin or whatever, and that just is so offensive to me, to have a casino ask that of a patron.
Well, right. Before I started my channel, I remember you talking about that a while back ago, and when I got asked to spin, they actually got the money to do it for me.
They did?
Yeah.
So did you get the proceeds from that then, or?
I don't know, because they didn't win. It was a dead spin.
I heard of that.
It was a dead spin, but they also round.
The one time that
I know, and you get a jackpot,
and they bring it over, and it's a bonus for it.
You know that has happened before, No, and so I'm actually really curious now, Charles. Has anybody in the chat? By the way, I saw a super chat go by too. I should probably address that.
And you just got one right now.
You guys get me all excited. Hey, Joe Brooks for $2. SDGuy, how was Mary? You missed earlier. We don't really know. She's MIA. Let's just.
She will
Brent
wake
really
up
is
like this bitch.
like I give Brent shit about this, but I really do mean it. He is the laziest fucking person I've ever met.
Oh my god!
But at least he owns it, and so therefore I don't really hold it against him all that much. But at the same time, I just sorry, I was reading. Where was I? Brent, lazy piece of shit. End of story. End of story. Hold on here. I got another super chat. Anyways, keep talking about Arizona, because that really chaps my ass, and I really get on my soapbox about that, because
Well, either way, whenever it happened to me, I just did whatever. They let me, leave. They even walked me over to my car.
Well, that was real nice of them. You got a security escort. How fancy are you?
I know, SlotTraveler.
Did you feel like you won a hand pay?
I also got a $2 super chat from Miss McKenzie. Girl, I love your cleavage there. Thank you very much. She says daddies.
Honey, yeah.
She's looking for some daddies. I consider myself more of a DILF. And the Slotty Barista, he's coming to Texas first, damn it. I would like to come to Texas, but does Texas have legalized slots?
They have some sort of weird stuff.
Yes, that's what I thought.
They have game rooms where they pay you out in a token, and then you go to a convenience store or some weird stuff like that. A lot of one of my machines came from a rated Texas slot game room.
Oh, and they rate them?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I feel like Texas would be all over that. Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to El Paso next month. So hopefully I'll go to one of the racetracks.
Well, I did hear that on the other live chat you guys were doing. I love exploring new casinos. That's so fun. I loved doing it down there in Arizona when I was there. I went to Talking Stick.
Did you like Talking Stick?
Well, I got pissed.
Yeah.
I left up, I think. I liked it, but as soon as they had to call a supervisor over because I would not spin off the win on Ferris Bueller. It was a $2 hand pay. The video's on my channel. It was a decent bonus, actually. I took my money and left because
This was like 2 years ago, right?
I remember Ferris Bueller there. Yeah.
I'm really stern about that. If anytime I like to make statements with my wallet, I guess. Like Low Roller, when he got his most recent like tizzy with Win or whatever, like he gambled there for like 2 hours afterwards. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why wouldn't you leave? Like, I don't get that at all. Whatever, but I just don't get it.
I thought that he left.
I thought he did too.
They made him leave.
No. They apologized because they were totally in the wrong there. But no, he stayed.
Oh no, I'm not going to this place anymore. Like, I'm done.
Yes, I think that is very smart. That especially, and that's why like I don't say a lot of the places where my wins are. Because basically I really only have one local area casino that is good with me and my videos, and that casino I have started like putting where it's from. But other than that, like I'm not giving them the free publicity.
No, and on my end is not only free publicity, but I wasn't doing anything wrong. Come on.
Okay. You're absolutely right, and that's why I actually won't like. A lot of times when I do get in trouble, they ask me what it's for, like why I'm doing it, and I'm not embarrassed of my channel. I'm not anything like that, but I never tell them because it doesn't matter. It does not matter why I'm doing it. Maybe I just like to piss them off and just just
you
like,
do.
I do.
Well,
it works.
I made a security girl at the SLS almost cry because she told us to stop. No. Is that why LJ cries every night?
Probably a big ball slap in her taint, giving her. She got black and blue bruises in her legs.
You watch way too many. You watch way too many of my live streams without me knowing. But no, she shut us down for live streaming, and she said the gaming commission doesn't allow that. And I said that I hate that. I hate that. Exactly. I said that's not true. And what is the reason? Can you go find out from somebody? I said it real nicely too. I said, can you go find out from somebody why this policy is, or ask your supervisor? And right away she goes, fine, just record. I don't care, and walked away.
Oh, well, Pumpkin hates her job, so it's like
absolutely. So I think she went off into a corner and cried.
Oh.
And I'm here. I am with NorCal and Slot Queen and LJ, and they probably thought like, "Oh, what did you say to her?" Like, these are the first time I'm meeting half these people, and they probably think I'm a prick for making this security girl cry.
The viewers of our videos, they don't understand that, like, we know what the laws are, I guess, which means that there aren't any that say that this is not legal, and but for security, like, them to get a rebuttal like that is not commonplace. So like it may come off like we're being assholes but you have to be stern. You can't really give them any room to doubt what you're saying, because it just gives them, they're used to shutting people down for whatever behavior. That's their job. And so it's in order to, like, Brent always used to get mad at me for like me standing my ground at Aria when I would get in trouble, even though Aria had changed their policy. I'm like, no, I'm not stopping. This is your policy now. Please go check. But other than that, I'm not stopping. And that's what you have to do. I mean, there's many videos where they keep coming back at me. It's like, no, I'm not stopping. And then I get an amazing fucking hit. And it's just like, this is why I don't stop.
That's why I don't stop either. And when I do get turned, we were at the Class 2 facility locally, and they said, oh, you can't record. So I just put it in my lap and kept going. And then when I finally did get my good hit, I pulled it up to the screen, and I'm like, oh, they can kick me out of this casino anyway because it's Class 2. But at SLS, I was respectful and stopped going live. But I just wanted to ask for clarifications, because when you say it's the gaming law, we all know that's bullshit. You need to come back at me with a better reason. If you would have said, hey, it's casino policy, then I would have stopped.
Yep, exactly. If it's at a place that we know that that's not their policy, like if it was at Aria, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not stopping. But if it's
we know
else,
the policy of ours.
Fine, if that's your policy, I understand. I'm going to leave. You know,
Right.
like I'd say that I'm going to take my business elsewhere because there's plenty of places in Vegas that I can do this, and this is part of what I do. You know, and I'm also a fan of. There's a lot of people that on my band videos or whatever that I made that they're like, you know, why don't you check with them first or whatever? And it's just like, with this, you are so much better to video first and, you know, deal with the consequences afterwards.
Yeah.
Because 99% of the time, if you ask them if their policy is camera recording friendly, just like if they're on the floor, they're going to assume no.
No.
You know,
Right. Absolutely.
No. And so you're just better off just doing it.
Doing it, and hopefully you get a lot of content before if they even come up to you, you know.
And you know, there's going to be as time goes on, more and more people are going to do this. They can't stop it. End of story. The casino needs to get on board or, you know, fall behind, because it is a behavior that is going to become more and more frequent as Google Glass crap like that becomes
But it's not only the behavior. We're dealing in a technology age where everyone has a cell phone, everyone has a camera, everyone. You know how many people I walk by and they're taking a picture of that great hit?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, in all honesty, I think a lot of places now are okay with the picture part, but they're not okay with the video part. And so it's just like, okay, well, we just have this next hump to get over or whatever, because, you know, there's no difference. We know that, but it's just, and to their credit, the Russian thing, with the Russian hackers, you know, using their phones or whatever to do that. Like, I get that. And I actually, like, they get a lot of wiggle room because of that in my, like, you know, justification for that. But I've only heard that from one security person. And the other ones I've told about it are like, really? Like, they've never heard about it before. So.
And the difference with me today was, I know that I'm at an Indian reservation casino. I know that I have no rights. If I make a bigger deal out of this, it's going to be worse on me than anybody else.
I don't see now. That's the part of the law that I don't know, and so I
no, you don't have any rights.
But at the same time, like I don't buy that we don't have rights there or whatever. I don't buy that.
You don't. You're in.
I don't buy. I'm not a lawyer, and neither are you.
It's part of the law.
I will. Get my law degree and I'll get back to you. Otherwise,
okay.
I mean, when these tribes come to their states to create a gaming compact, I'm assuming that, you know, just like me recording in there, like the place where I did have you guys heard the dick pic story?
Yes.
About where I showed the security guy, like, he wanted to know what was in my phone. So and I knew that they were like this. So I would put a dick pic after every video I took. I took the same dick pic and I put it after it, knowing full well that, like, this was going to happen. And sure as shit, I was next to D Vanentop, and he can confirm this, that this happened. I was on Buffalo Grand and triggered the bonus and started recording, and here they comes out of their little perch and, like, coming over. I was like, oh fuck. And so, like, I wasn't recording. The only recent thing on my phone is a dick pic. And he's like, a what? I said, a dick pic. And I went and showed him, and it was a big dick. And he didn't like that, and he kicked me out. But I was still in the wheel spinning part of the bonus, and so I
had to wait.
Let the bonus play. Like, I didn't speed up the credits or anything, and it kept re-triggering, and oh my god, it was pissing him off, and it was so great. But they have accepted my bet at that point, and my bet had not played out yet. And you can't take that away. Like, he was questioning whether they would cash out my ticket or not. And it's just like, there's going to be hell to pay if you don't, because you have accepted this wager from me, and, you know, you have to pay that. I would like to think that, like, there'd be people on my side with, you know, Aristocrat or whatever to settle that, because I would have made the biggest media stink about that if something like that were to ever happen. I've never heard of that, but you know, that I assume it would be in their gaming compact that they have to pay out, you know, legit ways of gambling. You know, that's got to be in there somewhere, doesn't it?
I think what you're saying is completely different, though. Every single time that I've been stopped, they've allowed me to cash out.
They have as well. But what I'm saying, though, is that you're saying that you have no rights there, and so they don't have to, like, honor your ticket as valid tender or whatever. But what I'm saying is that they do, because it's part of the law. right? Therefore, you do have rights, Mr. Manny, is what I'm saying. You have rights. You have rights, even you.
Yes, when I say you don't have rights, there are no lawsuits that can be placed upon a casino if it's an Indian reservation.
That is total bullshit.
Only the state can enforce, based on the Gambling Commission, what laws apply.
There was a big famous lawsuit up here about like apparently in poker, there's a bad beat jackpot, and they have rules about the players communicating with themselves or whatever, because if you stayed in or whatever and then somebody bad beat you, there was like this jackpot that got paid out, and so therefore you can't communicate to one another whether you have a bad beatable hand or something like that. And so that the casino refused to pay it, but they did get sued for it, and I actually don't recall what happened with that. But
was it a Native American?
It was. Mm-hmm. They have the 8 players or whatever that were supposed to split this $100,000 like progressive jackpot or whatever, got together and sued them. I will look that up and I'll get back to you, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Brent did send me a gift in the mail though. You want me to open it?
Oh,
yeah, let's see it.
I love gifts.
It's probably
looks like a plunger.
It's probably a I like your answer better, but I was gonna say like a replica of his cock or something like that. But then that just brings mental pictures in that I can't deal with. Yeah. You guys probably haven't seen that picture. I should forward it on to you. Diana got it. I'll send it.
Whenever you come to Vegas, we should go to Disneyland. Start in LA and drive to Vegas.
Well, I actually thought it was kind of one of the things I wanted to do with Rex one time is go to Disneyland or go to LA for a few days and then drive to Vegas. But I know Rex has done the drive to Vegas and I don't think he likes it. Well, it's. Can you guess what it is going to be?
Gummy bear dicks.
Everybody's got a dick related. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's a good guess. Yes. This is actually a gift from Brent. I shouldn't say a gift. I should say payment.
Wait, hold on. Does it have anything to do with his podcast? Because I don't want to see it. His Robinson Crusoe.
You're gonna see it if I open it up.
Is it the Robinson Crusoe podcast or whatever he calls it?
Robinson Crusoe? Who the fuck? No, Huckleberry Finn. Who the fuck? What are you talking about?
He does a podcast that he always talks about.
Oh, Rob is a podcast? Robinson Crusoe. Okay, I see where you kind of went there, but...
Oh, okay. All right. I'm like, this is Slot Channels, not Robinson Crusoe.
Sit around and read American literature. Yeah, sure. Isn't there a slot machine called Robinson Crusoe?
Probably.
From Ainsworth?
Yes.
I actually think there's like a Huckleberry Finn one in that same like family. Am I right or wrong?
I don't know, but they do need to make like a poop emoji slot machine. Poop.
They do.
Who we met?
We've seen 2 of them already from IT. I don't think they didn't do very well in the testing phases. I'm the only channel actually that has videos of them, just because I'm fancy like that. But they didn't do very well. I kind of liked them. I liked the first. Manny, we actually talked about that on a live stream once, and we did, bitch.
We met Kevin today.
Kevin Cummings, you've never met him before?
Oh yeah, I talked.
No, we have.
I talked. I love Kevin. He's awesome. But we talked to him, and we talked a lot about you. And
I think he's a piece of shit. You guys talking about me? Fuck you all.
I'm just kidding. We didn't talk about you.
You better have. I'm so sick of being left out of all the drama on the slot channels. I am so sick of all of this being left out. Talk shit about me, god damn it! When did I become not shit talkable?
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck you all.
Sorry.
Yep, I know.
Ever since you kept working.
Did you really not talk about me? Because I'm kind of sad. How is Kevin doing? Is her Facebook thing?
He showed
maybe
me a
doesn't
little.
want me talking about that. I don't know.
I don't know, but he did show me a little bit of it. So
Kevin
I'll be a beta tester.
Kevin was so I met Kevin.
Was he a super fan?
What? What's a super fan?
Was he a super fan?
Is that like Superman?
No, didn't you share a room together?
Are you asking if we fucked?
No.
No, I asked if you shared a room together.
Not saying that I haven't tried, but
okay, all right.
No, it is. I don't think we've ever shared a room. I think I
well,
got
2 bottoms
them
don't make a top, but whatever.
Whatever, bitch.
It's not math.
I am a butch top. What are you talking about? I double booked in Vegas once when I went there, which is something I love to do to take advantage of free play offers at both properties, because who cares? I booked at Aria and Cosmopolitan. And I waited until we got to Vegas to see which place gave me the nicer room to see which one I'd stay in and then give them the other one. But I actually think that's a total lie. I did actually give them the nicer room at Cosmopolitan, I think. It was a nice room.
Too bad you put them in the tightest casino.
It was a nice fucking room. Why wasn't I talked about today? God damn it.
How did you meet him?
It was all about me and my band.
Did you meet him like at a product testing?
I envision a mariachi band when I think about you being in a band.
I do too.
No, I love that shit.
I'm not even Mexican.
How did Kevin and I meet? We met at the WMS tour 10 years ago, back when they had just come out with Monster Jackpots. Yeah. Which, in my opinion, is the last great machine that came out of WMS.
Oh, Lord have mercy. You mean the one that you can go to the top and you have little flames?
Yeah, going? That one. When I say the last great machine, I mean the last one that had that WMS sparkle to it.
Well, what about Willy Wonka? Didn't that come out after?
Willy Wonka, I believe, was right before then. The original one was right before then. And no, it has Ace, King, Queen. Fuck that game.
You don't like poker symbols?
It had poker symbols, yes. But
you don't like poker symbols?
I fucking hate poker symbols.
Oh, that's why you didn't like Aristocrat at first.
Because I have OCD. You can't have 5 letters of the alphabet and not have the entire fucking alphabet. And then have 10s and 9s. What horseshit is that?
That's actually, yeah.
I'm totally right on that.
Yep.
So I'm okay.
Where's the rest of the deck of cards is what you're asking.
Right, but when you have suit symbols, there's only 4 suit symbols, and you have all 4 of them, you're good. You have them all.
That's funny.
Don't you scoff off me. I
love that thinking. It actually makes sense. I never thought of it that way.
I think it makes sense, you fucker. I don't make sense.
But that's what they call it poker symbols, because you get A, Q, King, 10, and 9.
I don't give a shit. It is, where do those originate? They don't originate from poker. They originate from the goddamn alphabet. Any other arguments you want to make, Manny? Any other ones?
We'll agree to disagree.
No, we'll agree that I'm right.
Well, see, Manny's a simpler man. He needs those symbols to tell him that those are the low-paying symbols.
She is quite the simpleton. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why SDGuy doesn't play Food LA, because all of them pay the same.
Don't get me started with that.
You gotta be with me on that one. Before you knew that,
you opened my eyes.
Did that not piss you off?
And it doesn't piss me off. That game's a lot of fun.
You! It does too. That's bullshit.
Hey, when you get a $400 bonus on an 88 cents, I'm happy.
No, you're far too much of a game guru to be okay with that shit.
It doesn't bother me.
Are you serious? Oh
I
my
swear to God. But
I
I really love that game. Well, I mean, I used to love it, but I really enjoyed that game. I thought, this is finally a Bally game that has life to it.
You guys can go fuck yourselves. I'm right on that one too. Assholes.
That did disappoint me.
It did?
But there are a lot of games that pay the same, top symbols pay the same.
Give me one game, one other game that's not a clone of Food LA that has 2 pays. 2 different pays. Give me one.
I can't say Zen Chin.
Ace, King, Queen pay structure, whereas aces should pay better than 10s.
I guess what I'm saying is there are games where there's 2 or 3 different top symbols and they all pay the same. Does that piss you off too?
Not if there's multiple pays. So first of all, my argument is, okay, there's only 2 pays. But second of all, I also kind of feel scammed as a player that it clearly is communicating to me that the baby symbol is the best one or whatever. Whatever
absolutely,
they do,
absolutely.
Whether it be color or size of the shape or whatever, you're doing something to communicate to me, the player, that I want that symbol. And
right.
If that
I agree.
all right. So we're good there. Wilds and Michonne paying the same on Walking Dead 2, probably because I'm in that slot machine, because I'm kind of fancy.
Well, actually, I would have thought Rick would have paid more than Michonne.
Well, that goes into there, but they did put Michonne on the red square, which Rick was on the red in the first one, and so I feel and she's taller.
Yeah, she's 3 squares.
So I feel like as far as storytelling, which is why they were in those seasons, Rick kind of had his mental issues
character.
or whatever, and kind of took a back seat to other leaders in the group, and that's why Michonne is a top paying symbol on that. Maybe that directive came from AMC, I'm not sure, but that's what they were going for, and I think they effectively did that. I think there's many other things that are wrong with that game, but you know, it's a damn near.
What do you think is wrong with the game?
He's in it, and he's always the mini.
Let's talk about this side note. Somebody did comment in one of my videos recently that you can get the Michonne and the Wild Horde feature in the same spin. I was under the influence you could not, but when I went to look in the game directions, I didn't see anything about that. So do we know, is that possible? Because that's hot as fuck, first of all, but I don't know if that is possible.
I would think if they're both random on their separate,
because the Wild Horde comes out before and Michonne comes out after, so it's I know that you can get the real growth thing which is considered a feature with Michonne attack, which is hot as all fuck when that happens. But
I've never seen both.
I've never seen both either. I feel like we would have seen it by now because there's enough videos online that it should be out there.
Lord knows you played it enough in Blue Heart.
I agree. I have
my favorite video of your Walking Dead was when you filmed your neighbor's hit. Where was that at? Was that at
I mean, it's the #1 video on my channel.
That's very sad.
What?
Nothing.
What did you say, motherfucker?
Can we take a quick time out? And I think you need to acknowledge some super chats. Because I think I'm the only one reading the chat.
Thank you for, well, I feel like, you know, when people are watching this afterwards, like they don't, having a fluid conversation is important to not be sidetracked or whatever. So but I appreciate the shit out of your super chats. Just so you guys know, you're most important. Don't tell anybody else. We'll acknowledge some super chats here, then go back to Michonne and me.
Oh, damn. I was trying to change the subject.
I have the best Michonne hit. You're kidding?
You do have one fancy motherfucking Michonne hit. Yes, you do. I still haven't dropped my one jackpot of that. I need to do that. My grand ×2. Maddie, $3 super chat. Thanks guys for the entertainment. Thank you for always being a commenter, Maddie. I appreciate that. On every video you comment, you are one of the ones that you're there every day, and I appreciate that. And it's great hearing from you. I read everybody's comments, by the way, just so you know, and I try to like heart them or whatever, because sometimes it's not possible to respond to everyone. So that was the only super chat I saw is Maddie's. So thank you. Did I miss any other ones?
I think that was it, but I just saw it in the chat. So sorry. What we need to get you is like a butt plug that vibrates every time you get a super chat.
$20 for the next Brent story. Who's got 25? 30? What is the Brent story you want to hear? I mean, those sound so boring and awful. Who wants to hear that shit?
Doc Fam says, what's in the package?
Right. Oh, well, I'm still putting it together. I don't know if you guys thought I was masturbating with it or what. It's a replica of Brent's cock. Just one moment while I finish.
I've always wanted to do one of those.
A replica?
Yeah. You go to the adults.
Is it that impressive that we need a replica?
No, not at all. I mean, if you like the size of Tic Tacs.
There's been many a trick in the past that I wish I had a replica of. Slotty Barista sends $2. Just mine. Did you read my comment 2 days ago? Probably. What did it say, Slotty?
What is that about?
Yes, it requires assembly, you fuckers. Back to The Walking Dead.
Did the 3 come out yet, or is it not?
I was just going to bring that up, actually. I had not seen much about it, but I feel like
I hope it doesn't. What I saw from other people.
Why? Because you're not in it? What? I heard a lot of negative about it as well, actually. So what don't you like about it?
Well, I mean, I know that it was just a demo in the sense that they don't even know if that would even release, right?
Right.
First of all, when I play a slot machine, I don't necessarily like other people playing a different game that could impact my own game right next to me.
That's what people were saying, though. But I, to be honest with you, I did not watch the video of it.
Wait, I missed that. So if they're tethered together, something.
Listen, no one really sat down and played it enough. Albert showed me a little bit of a clip, and I think Random Slots had like a 20-second clip.
Oh,
but it seemed like it's.
I think it goes with any new slot video. Don't you agree? Like people's opinion, just like yours, Manny, on the original Walking Dead. How have you come full circle on that, motherfucker? I called that, didn't I? Didn't I? You apologize right now.
No, what? That is the best game ever. It's better than the second one.
But
I've always said that.
I won't argue that part, but I will argue that you did not like the second one at first and talked a lot of shit about it, probably because I was in it. You couldn't deal with it. But
girl playing spy. I don't need to be a zombie.
But you like it now. you certainly play enough, like you, or well, is it like one of those machines that you feel like you have to get the achievements or whatever before you can move on?
You have to invest the time. And whenever
you
it
ain't
came
got time.
out,
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Whenever it came out, I felt like I spent enough time and money, and I was like, I'm not seeing anything here. And sometimes you give it a break, and then all of a sudden the game started playing.
Where did you first play it? Did you play it in Arizona? Oh.
Aria.
I lost my ass in the Aria one too. She's a volatile mofo.
But I feel like ever since I jackpot and stuff, I started seeing like the game play. It excited me to go play it.
It's all in your head, right? Like
no. I know, but what I'm saying is, if you spend $300 and you don't get a mission attack, you don't get a bonus, you only get a 20-cent line hit, you think the game is garbage.
Right, but that would not be justified. I mean, there's plenty of times where I've sat on a machine and put $300 in and not gotten crap.
It is not.
Even on Walking Dead.
It is not justifiable, but my bankroll is not $30,000 to go below on one game. So when I play $100, I understand that I'm not necessarily going to win, but I would like to see some gameplay, and I never thought that I got gameplay out of that game at the beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
The original Walking Dead got me sick for some reason. When I first played it, like when you got the CDC wheel or whatever it was and you spin it, I got like real nauseous. And I'm the type that loves roller coasters and thrills and whip me all over the place, right? But
it's for whatever, we were playing Cash Spin at the beginning of the program, talking about how good it was.
No, but the way it spun, it really got me dizzy or something.
The way it spun did something to you.
And it threw off my equilibrium.
There you go. Oh. That was a nice big word.
Thank you.
Well, I'll be right back.
Yes.
Oh, are you gonna poop?
Oh, he already did.
Oh my God! You all know about moving and shit. I need to pee. Bye.
Well, he can come back for my new gift.
Wait, is that it?
This one I can wear after later. This is. What do you mean? Is that it? Fuck you!
No. You had to assemble that.
I told you I was masturbating with it.
Well, that I can see that it would be very soft.
So the first hat he got me, I got in a small. This one's a medium, and this one fits a lot better. And this one actually fits really well. I love it. I just about got a pink one, but I didn't think I could pull that off. I probably could have, but I had to put the little emblem on here because I think they include that as like an extra, because I'll probably get shot wearing this.
To assemble that emblem.
It to get the little pin on. But
now we know who hacked into the emails.
It comes in gray as well. It comes in leopard and pink and selling soon on SDGuy.com or whatever. I don't know.
So in your area, do you get the most recent slot machines, or you kind of like have to wait a few months?
I do. There's a couple casinos. I mean, in my area, which means like a 5-hour drive, but I find those therapeutic. I often get a lot of the machines like the emoji one with the shit symbol on it. I mean, that does exist, but it was at a test casino. And so I have to go to the test casinos to get all the machines before anybody else does, because that's what I like to do. But then, if they go back to make changes or whatever, there was a machine on my page I thought was really cute that IT did that was, like the money rain where the reels flip over or whatever. There's one called Brush with Fortune or Brush Your Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I don't know. One of the puns on that. But I mean, I thought it was the cutest game that was very funny. And
I will say I like their games. They're very colorful.
IT?
I think the way that they play, they seem a little like, I want to say rigged in my opinion. Like, and I don't know how to explain that.
Like gimme games.
You think gimme games seem rigged?
No, I just think they're crap.
I could kind of maybe go for that. Like there's something
sense
about
that you think you're going to get something, then you don't get it, but it's not well done.
No, but I understand what you mean about IT.
Like smooth or whatever, right?
It's not smooth. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm totally with you on that. Yeah. But I can't really pinpoint like what it is. Yeah. So
what I love about IT is that they're super supportive of the community too. Like every time I have asked them for,
they are
and stuff all in, and I love that. And gimme games as well. Gimme games even more.
Gimme Games is as well. There's who's it? Caitlin at Gimme Games, Gimme Games. I think his name is. Caitlin's at one of them. Which one? No, she's IT, isn't she?
Oh, Caitlin is IT. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because Gimme Games I thought had high hopes when they first released a couple of Aristocrat, because I thought they were more polished. But what the hell happened to them with the new Mighty Cash? Why is that game a disaster in design?
Hold on. First of all, Manny has not even complimented on my hat, and I'm kind of offended.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I've seen it before. What should I compliment about?
You have not. This one's great.
It looks the same.
Bitch. Okay, so Gimme Games, you thought they had high hopes, but like
because I thought
what's wrong with Mighty Cash? Because they obviously like think very highly of this, and in fact, is Elvira going to be Mighty Cash the next one?
Well, the new Cash Man was a Mighty Cash.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that one. Have I?
It was at Treasure Island, brand new. It's got the double wheel that's on the Batman that used to be on Batman or whatever.
I don't think it's going to get a lot of release.
Cash
Yes.
There's Mighty Cash on the Wonder Wheel.
Yeah. Well, there's Mighty Cash in the game.
That's news to me. I am out of the loop.
I don't think that's going to see the light of day.
Games had made a game for the Wonder Wheels. I kind of feel like.
Well, Aristocrat's kind of boosting them up a bit, because I think when they first came out, like with Fire and Rain and some of those games, they were polished Aristocrat games. Like I'm like, oh, this could be a nice direction for Aristocrat, and then they released this latest Mighty Cash where every symbol looks exactly the same, and it's like, and their sound design is terrible in it, and it's like, come on, what happened to that?
Well, okay, so here's the question then. Like, so Gimme Games, from what I feel, I don't know, I have yet to like ask them about this, but like they operate like as their own business from Aristocrat.
Yeah, they're
like High Five Games then, right?
There you go, perfect. They're like High Five Games, right? So I'm kind of surprised that when Wonder Wheels came out, like Aristocrat was really like, this was, and I'm not saying that it's not a big deal or whatever, but like, I feel like they would have been more controlling or possessive of the Wonder Wheels brand, and not let somebody such as a third party do something with it. Although I think what they did with Sharknado is absolutely phenomenally impressive.
Right, and that game looks good, right?
Maybe they've shown Aristocrat that they can do it or something. Oh, and I have a super chat. Okay, thank you.
You didn't have to interrupt. I was just letting you know.
But you did. So I don't know. I'll find that out. I'm actually very curious about that. I got an email from the gal that did the Walking Dead stuff with me the other day. I need to respond to her. I need to catch up with them.
But you understand what
$5 super chat. Thank you much, sir. Doesn't say much. But I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
But like and then what was the 8 Petals? Everybody's loving this game, but as a design aspect, I thought it was kind of like piss poor with like sound design.
Shit, I love 8 Petals.
But you like the sound it makes? The little
I don't have a problem with it. I think the thing I have the biggest problem with is like the lady with the overbite. It looks so awkward.
Okay.
But, my problem with it is that you can't spin again. You only get one spin unless you upgrade. That I don't like.
I think you can kiss my ass, because the reason why, like, that always pissed me off with the original Walking Dead is the wheel doesn't say plus another spin or whatever. You're not communicating to the player that you get another spin. So then, like, people like you, like, assume that you get other spins when you go to a different wheel, and I think that that's jacked up. What say you, Manny?
I'm still saying if I get a wheel,
Yep. See,
I don't want an upgrade.
See, you get him entitled. Danny is entitled to an extra spin now. Way to go, Aristocrat.
Yes, I am. Always.
Fucking
Always.
asshole.
I like the upgrade.
Unless it says collect or free games, you should keep spinning.
Unless it says plus another spin or spin again, you can go fuck yourself. But you make a great point though, because then when they go to Sharknado or whatever, you land on a fucking jackpot. Like you kind of feel like it. Haven't they made another game that you do the wheel on that looks very similar to it that you don't spin again? What am I thinking of?
But Sharknado is different because Sharknado you get a wheel, but it's not really a representation of a real wheel. It's just kind of like a but it's the same exact like math behind it or whatever.
You make. I love dissecting the way players
visually
think.
it's not the same.
I think
visually it's not the same.
I think it's fucking fascinating. But okay, so what are the other wheel games they've made since then? They've made My Cousin Vinny, which I've never played.
Terrible.
They've made the Five Dragons Grand, which you do get to spin again, right? Plus Buffalo Grand, you spin again.
Mm-hmm.
What? Name some other ones.
I haven't seen that many wheel games.
But I thought that they made one that that you didn't get to spin again, and I was like there, that exactly.
It's only 8 pedals, the one you don't get to spin again. It's only 8 pedals.
Well, all Gimme games, I think, are like that, aren't they? I mean,
I think that was the first game that they had a wheel, because Fire and Rain doesn't have a wheel. Then they did the 3 Emperors that didn't have a wheel.
I forgot about that one.
So you're saying that 8 pedals should have had the wheel, like the CDC wheel, basically.
What I'm saying is, if I'm spinning and it doesn't say collect, it only has a credit price based on previous things.
Okay, so yours, but the Walking Dead wheel does not have a collect on it. I mean, I would actually be with you on that argument if that had a collect on it.
But you keep spinning on Walking Dead until you either hit a free game.
But free games does not say collect. I don't know about you, sir, but my dictionary spells a little different.
But you're moving into something different. There's a transition.
Why can't you collect them? Just like you collect the progressives, you should be able to collect free spins, right? I'm totally right on this, bitch.
I understand what you're saying, but that's not the way it works.
In Mannyland.
Yes.
You must be this tall to ride this reel. I'm looking up their games. What have they come out with recently? All games.
Like when we played that Tigress game today.
Oh, I saw a live chat with you guys talking about Weird, Wicked, and Wild recently. That game is batshit stupid.
I like that game,
and I love that Manny said it's weird. Well, I was like, yeah, Manny, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I mean, I like the bonuses too, if you can trigger it.
What I don't like is that there's a lot of sound, and sometimes there's
a lot of sound when no action.
Something will happen, and then nothing.
Right.
Do you know what? Like, so what I've gathered is when it makes a sound, it makes a specific sound for whatever the stack symbol is going to be, and they're going to land at least 2 of them.
No, it could be none of them.
No.
In my experience, I hear the.
Prove me wrong. Find a video that shows.
All right. I'll play it some more.
They will not be winner. They don't have to be a winner. They will land 2 of them somewhere at least.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're right. Maybe I was wrong on that. But
am I ever wrong? I don't take up. I don't take up arguments unless I know I'm going to be right.
One time I disagreed with you, and I forgot what it was.
And I ended up being right. It was probably our experiment where I kicked your ass.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Totally right on that, by the way. But
no.
Higher payback percentages do matter. It's just the way it is.
Okay. We just had a lucky night.
Yeah, sure. That would be what I would say if your side won, which you would do maybe 1 time out of 10. But I mean, there would be that 1 time. But I wouldn't be.
It's all subjective.
Well, no, I would. I would be like, "Fuck you, you're wrong as hell." Because that could have went in our face.
But why don't you like Weird, Wild, and Wicked?
Well, okay, so it's made out of the studio from Australia.
Sure.
Which the next Walking Dead game is, by the way. So I will feel free to shit on it all I want. Probably I would anyway. But if you notice, like with Aristocrat, the games that come out of the specific studios have very gimme games, has a very gimme games touch to every game that they've done.
You know you're playing
and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But the Australian players, I want to say are much more what's the like politically correct term I want to use here? Degenerates. They're
pure gamblers, right?
They gamble much different than typical Americans do. So if you like
Lightning Link is killing
me. Out of there, you may have an issue. But the way that Australians gamble is very, very different. And Aristocrat, started there years and years ago, and it actually could be that they've just kind of like grown up with Aristocrat, and so they get kind of like this like grandfathered in like just way that they do it. But that game came out of there, and it very much seems like it.
Lightning Link came out of there,
right? And that's why.
So did Rocket Link.
I do like, and I don't know this for a fact, but like Whales of Cash Deluxe has a very it is like that, but it isn't. It's much more polished, which I don't feel like I see from them a lot. So they could have gone back to the drawing board and just polished it up, or somebody here could have done that. I don't know. They have like 8 or 9 studios.
I think a lot of the major manufacturers have Australian studios. Like IGT has an Australian studio. Bally Shuffle is an Australian studio.
I'm actually not, now that you say that, I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised at all that Shuffle is out of Australia. Because their games seem like it, but players love them. I think they make a great game for a certain kind of player, but it's very, very...
Well, everybody thinks that Locket Link's from WMS, and it's actually from Shuffle, but WMS must have put their assets together, because Locket Link was available.
Oh, yeah, no, Locket Link, WMS... What is going on with WMS? Do they even exist anymore?
They're getting... Well, me and Kevin were kind of talking about that earlier today, is like... if you go to SG's website, you do see that WMS is having their own games, which, I was really excited for that. I think it was called not Cold-Blooded, Call of the Moon and something else. It was at Cosmo for a very short time.
Right. They had like wheels on them and shit, though, didn't they? They were
Yeah.
They weren't the Aristocrat that the WMS that I remember. Like Heidi's Beer House even said WMS on it. And I totally think that spot is... What?
That is definitely a WMS game.
Yes, and so that's I would give them that title for that. Yes,
but Dancing Drums and Locket Link, they're all Shuffle games, which Bally used to put together their games. So
and so I believe on their website, Shuffle is still its own entity as well, right? So they're keeping that.
Bally bought them a while back,
which I knew, but I thought that they were kind of keeping it kind of like they did with WMS, but not anymore.
Yeah, they kind of keep it separate. They're still being developed by WMS and Bally. So,
and as far as I know, I think like with IGT, Spielo is still its own studio at least.
Who was it? IGT that bought them, or was Spielo that?
Well, it might have been Gtech or something. I think they're all under IGT now.
Right. But the Australian studio is responsible for like Prowling Panther, Megavault, and some of those.
I've seen. I didn't.
The ones with those clicking noises are usually
the ones that I fucking hate. I hate Megavault and I hate Prowling Panther. I have sunk $1,000 in a Prowling Panther. How many bonuses?
Yeah,
you don't like him because you lost. Oh,
Prowling Panther is actually grown on me. Since
I should have $300 and I should at least get to see the bonus, see how the game plays. Yeah, who said that? Exactly. Fuck you.
All IGT games are like that. It's very hard to get a bonus on IGT games. Let's be honest.
Do they still work with High Five?
Yes.
Because I've seen like Monarch something or other come out on Bally.
No, High Five releases both on the Bally platform and.
Do they have agreements with both?
Yes. That's
very uncommon, isn't it?
Very uncommon, which is funny because I have Shadow Diamond, which is a High Five game on the Bally.
Right.
In the help, it says Super Stacks is a trademark of IGT. And I'm like, if I was Bally, like, would I be comfortable with that?
That is interesting. The next time I see that at a casino, I'm going to have to look for that. That's fascinating, actually. The chat is probably super bored with this, or what people watching right now. I don't care because I'm so into this shit. But so from like a manufacturer standpoint, Manny's probably bored off his ass too. Do we need to do something shiny for you? We're losing Manny.
I want to hear your losing stories.
Fuck you. I would have because of the fact that like Gimme games look like, you know, they have that trademark brand look or whatever. I would have a problem with having games underneath my company that also look like my competitors. Right. I don't know how you justify that.
And let's be honest, like High Five Game, I think kind of shaped IGT's video games quite a bit. And now they're working for Bally, and it's like and whatever Bally is doing to the High Five games is really screwing them up. Like, so I think what happens is High Five develops the game, sends it over to Bally, and then they put it together to make sure it's to High Five specs, right? Well, whatever Bally is doing is they're not keeping that same rhythm like they are on the IGT games. Okay. They're a little off and a little slow on the Bally.
I do not understand. I was thinking about this the other day about how slot machines, like, there is just far too many errors in them when they get on the floor, like the sound in Breaking Bad for the top box bonus. What the fuck is that about? I'm so livid about that like, how does a product like that make it to the floor nationwide and have problems like that? The Wizard of Oz top box for the 3-reel. How does that happen? How does that happen?
And I see a lot of flaws, especially now that I own some of the games. Like in Cheers, if you get if you get the full screen of the characters, it plays a video clip. Okay. Well, one video clip, they're not even using the right audio with the video. So I'm like, oh, well, let me see if I can find an upgrade to that software, and maybe we'll play. Maybe they fixed it, right? Nope.
You should find a video of that online. I'm curious if it was like that in the casino as well.
Oh no, I'm sure these are casino games. So
I know that they are. That's why I'm like, I just want more things to bitch about. Is what I'm saying. But that's for whatever reason. I don't think that's as severe as the IGT thing nationwide. I maybe because that rarely happened. Cheers was such a piece of shit slot machine. I don't know. But like,
I was really excited for Cher, and I think it was more the music.
Cher? No, we're talking about Cheers.
Well, Manny's playing the role of Brent tonight. He's the conversation has not been about him enough, so we need to go. Go ahead, Manny.
I really thought you said Cher, not Cheers.
Well, okay, so Cher, I only saw in one casino. She is gone now.
Dude, that video cracked me up, dude. I was in tears.
All right, well, I knew that was going to come up. I was like, we don't need to talk about the cash wheel and how much it loves my.
Oh my! I know you want to give me the one times, and sure enough, it landed. Fucking brilliant, dude.
Well, anyways, I actually really liked that machine, though. I think I did fairly well on it. I probably didn't make money on it like I did Wheelorama. I'm totally like up still on Wheelorama, and I've played the fuck out of it. Just.
So back to Cher. It is actually
a really Wheelorama, motherfucker.
It's really I don't like Cher either, but that machine, I thought that I love the bonuses in it.
For a Bally game, they impress the shit out of me because Bally loves to recycle like the Friends bonuses or whatever. I'm pretty sure every one of those bonuses made into Cher.
Or Titanic is a bunch of recycled bonuses.
Such bullshit that they pull that off, but they at least polish this turd a little bit. That like I felt like the bonuses were new, even though like if you strip the graphics away, it's like, oh, David Copperfield. Oh,
right.
You know, it's like fuck.
And it's got to be.
It's got to be. How to get me on my soapbox. Way to go, though. Everyone's like, God, this guy bitches a lot. Yeah, I got things to complain about.
But that's why they love you. So.
Yeah. I know. Angry Gambler's becoming too much of a popular thing.
Oh, there's Yo Teddy. Teddy's in the house.
Let's see your. What's the story behind the carrot, Yo Teddy?
Yeah, tell us the story about the carrots. We were talking about it earlier about Brent's carrot.
I had to listen to another plunger story from Brent the last time I talked to him on the phone.
No.
Yeah, I know, right? Like that shit is not even like made up. I mean, I'm just being on, and I'm sure he'd be fine with it. Well, I don't know, but who cares? But I'm that friend to Brent that like it's like, dude, like I know, but he
feels so
even
proud,
he's like
I'm sure,
that
when
with
he's
me though.
telling
Like
you.
when I leave a Trick's house or whatever, and I'm like giving him a descriptive story of like what happened. Like he's totally that friend to me too. So I get it. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that because I don't need those tapes showing up anywhere. I did a CC low roller on like when I was walking out of the Sheridan one morning. I CC low roller on the text too, and I grossed him out. Yeah, it was good. But and that means that the night was amazing. Like I got very descriptive because it was good. Yeah, I'm no Holiday Inn girl. I'm at the Sheridan.
Gwen says,
Girl, you're
didn't
a
someone
motel
give him an answer during Slot Family Feud and it was wrong? Yes, Gwen, it was Yo Teddy who gave him the carrot answer.
Right, but we think that Yo Teddy has some sort of obsession with carrots. We're afraid it's plunger related, so we're afraid, we kind of know, kind of don't. It's just like, what do you do? But apparently Yo Teddy is obsessed with these carrot sticks, and we want to know.
He says it's a secret.
Oh, plunger. Yep, nailed it.
Yep.
We know the story from there. We got it, Teddy. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Why don't you go ahead and super chat to my psychologist therapist fund for yeah. What? So have you guys played Wrecking Ball at all?
Oh God, I don't even want to play that game. The game
looks.
Tell us about it. Hold on, did you play it?
Well, that's the thing. I haven't played it. I know that's a newer one out there that I.
Yeah, it replaced my Star Rise.
Your opinion actually for the first time ever, and so I wanted to know what you thought.
Oh yeah, replace Star Rise, so it's a piece of shit.
Oh, bitter kitty.
That's right.
I've never played it, but I've seen other people play it.
So they're already like getting Star Rise and Wild Furry off the floor and got machines to replace that in their cabinets, huh?
So far, I mean, we have one Star Rise left in. Every casino had Star Rise, and now I think out of the 5, 2 of them still maybe have one or 2. So.
Do you think it did very well?
No, unfortunately, I don't know why. I think people are bummed out if they don't get anything right away, but that game can actually be fun and play. I don't know if your experience was that.
My experience, I think I lost. I haven't played it much, though. I haven't done the Manny $300 challenge yet.
Right. Which I'm surprised because I would have thought you may have liked that one because it kind of reminded me of WMS style.
I did, but only one casino had it, and the day that I played it, I also got banned for the next 3 months, which is insane. So, there's that problem.
Yeah.
But was it too volatile? Because it did appear to be volatile, but appearances can be deceiving.
It can. I don't think it was that volatile. I mean, I think it can appear that way.
Can you land 3 star strips in the middle?
Yes.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. If
exactly.
that happened and didn't match one of the symbols in the first reel, I'd be so fucking
be pissed
mad.
Too. Yes, but you can, and they showed it on the demo video, and I never saw it in person because I do play it quite a bit. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if they took that feature out. But then Brian Christopher played Star Rise, and he had 2 of them go up at the same time. Yeah,
so you could also win all 3 jackpots.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, so I'm all about that game. I love it. I think.
Is that really happening?
What?
I swear I will bingo queen your fucking.
It's your channel.
I will sabotage you some way. I will do something. If you fall asleep, that's what happens when you fall asleep.
It's not my channel.
Fisting porn. Fuck.
I love Manny. I really do.
Was that serious though? Had she goes on?
He does. Yeah, he does it once in a while.
Okay,
especially if it goes on this late.
Yeah,
am I not interesting enough? Is that what you're saying?
No, kidding. I'm not a lit kidding.
He doesn't have heartburn tonight.
Exactly.
Because I think I came on your channel, Paylines, when you had fallen asleep.
No, I never fallen asleep. I let it go when someone else did. When that other person did. That other person fell asleep, and I just let it go. And it was just a slot machine going. Yeah, they were just slot machines in the background.
Oh, yeah, no, I popped in here at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Popped in there and you
twinkling lights of slot machines. It was like snoring, and the snoring sounds were I was like, is this for real? Is this real life? Is this really happening?
That's what
and right after I did that, because I'm like, oh, I'm going to the store to get cigarettes. And I'm like, oh, there's still people watching this. I let it go on the rest of the night.
I thought that was part of your guys' like game plan, because like 8-hour like videos or something, like I don't know, you got super who the fuck knows, but like it was beneficial
just
to you
go out for burgers.
With the algorithm or whatever. It's like, this person's logging 8 hours of streaming, they're gonna boost their videos or whatever. Because
no, I never thought of it that way, but
that's how I think of everything with YouTube anymore, because it's such batshit bullshit crazy, but it's true.
Right. Totally.
So I go and get cigarettes and let this person snore, and I come back and there were still 35 people watching this. So I'm like,
right? That's the thing. Like, I wouldn't have gone in there. Like, but you're right. Like, there's that many people. Like, still, like, I'm like, what the fuck?
And then I wake up in the morning.
Is this a thing? Like live streaming sleeping? Because this is great.
And then I wake up in the morning to find out I got a super chat from McLavin.
Oh, that's funny, actually.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
So that was pretty funny, too. So, and now all of a sudden, people wanted to start falling asleep on live chats. And I'm like, no, that's like
I wish I would have gotten... I wish... She's doing it.
I'm doing what?
Yeah, nothing. I'm loving you.
I love how he just automatically responds.
Well, because we both go silent and like...
It scares
That's what putting me to sleep.
I've got a lullaby for you here, Pumpkin. Yep. Sweet dreams. I wish I would have gotten on the bandwagon of like, there's channels that do like 8-hour long like nature sounds and like things to fall asleep to, basically, like the ocean. There's even one for casino ambiance, because people use that to fall asleep, which is so fucked up.
Or to record fake slot videos.
There you go. By the way, there's a few channels doing that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about that, or no? Or is that secret?
Here's how I look at it. Don't deceive your audience. I mean, do what I do. I never have once deceived my audience.
I would agree with that.
When I'm at a casino.
I would say the same thing for myself. I would say that has been my policy, going forward here. And it really is aggravating or depressing or something to like see other people do it and get away with it. And then like, in my opinion, hurt your channel, basically.
Right.
To me as a channel, my problem is that they put a thumb of a $5 trillion win just to clickbait, when there are other ways you can clickbait.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. I mean, like, you're trying to sell your video, so I'm not necessarily against clickbait, but I want you to do it in an honest and clever way of doing it.
Click appealing.
However,
click appealing is different than clickbaiting. Yeah.
I've done clickbaiting. Learning that it works. Like and that really like falls on the viewer, I think, but it really like makes me angry, because we used to have this community that we would police each other or whatever. Like when somebody pulled something like that, like we would attack them. But like now people are like, oh, don't come on my video and just, if you're another creator, just to say, oh, great video or whatever. And like, I see that so many times from everybody when somebody pulls something like that, and it pisses me off. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't know.
So for there's a few channels. I think the three honest ones are me, but I think I was the one that kind of started to just be honest about it. Like, I have slot machines in my house, and they're set to the highest payback percentage.
Well, I don't think that you can really deny it much. I mean, okay, so that's one of the reasons why I refuse to get a tripod. Okay.
Because you lose that believability. Absolutely.
My thoughts exactly.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you on that, because when I watch that channel with the tripod, I'm like, oh, well,
there are several channels that have a tripod now, but like, yeah. I'm like, well, then, but I still believe that they are real casino videos or whatever. But at the same time, like, when other channel, like any channel that does fake videos, they're going to have a tripod. End of story. They're going to.
Or their casino ambience sounds like 80s casino.
And you you kind of you want to differentiate your channel as much from them as possible.
Right.
Because, you know, even if it's just subconscious to the viewer, you want to do that because I don't want you thinking of elite high roller or whatever when you're watching my videos, simply because they're just not.
Well, I don't know how popular he became, because obviously when I watch those look like the IGT games that I own on the computer. And I'm like, how did
they
were very PC based.
I think they were. Like, I mean, I feel like you could see a mouse moving in them or something, right?
Yes. And I'm like, oh my God, how are people falling for this?
It's right, but they do.
I know.
They do, and at the same time, like Brent will tell you, like, I'm so against deceiving people. There's channels that you guys are friendly with, so I won't say the name of them or whatever, because I won't put you in an uncomfortable spot. But like, they clearly like took video of somebody else who had just won a jackpot, and they didn't say that it wasn't their jack. They didn't necessarily say that it was their jackpot, but they didn't say it wasn't, and they totally, I know, I'm Sleeping Beauty. They to me, that was very deceiving and almost more offensive, because you knew all right, you knew, it's like the dog kicking in her sleep and like
no, you're totally right. Like, it's so deceiving that you're like, seriously, there's no comments that are allowed. You can't even like the video. All they're doing is spinning. Then you have
not what I'm talking. Go back to sleep, Pumpkin. Let the adults take care of it. This person polices their comments very well, so that's fine. But like, you know, Manny and I actually had this discussion a long time ago. He's like, what do you think about when, you know, your neighbor hits a jackpot or whatever, like, you know, posting that video? It's like, I'm totally all for that. Like the neighbor video of mine had, but I clearly I did not get her in it, so I was very respectful of her. But and I clearly, like, you know, that's what's going on. I'm not trying to like alter it in a way that it seems like that is my jackpot. I didn't try to do that. And
well, your reaction to it was probably
right, but I didn't interrupt her winning. Like, I also feel like it's really important that you don't. That's their moment. You know what I mean? Like, my moment. That's a drag queen thing, but look, that's a celebratory moment for them. You know, if they're on, you know, America's Most Wanted or whatever, and you know, they probably don't want being recorded or what have you, and so it's not cool for us to spook them or, you know, be like, why is that person recording me or whatever? Like, that is just not acceptable.
Sure.
Well, I did one of those things when I got that guy hitting the grand at Area for 37,000.
And I also, but that was a grand times 10, and it was, how much was that?
$32,000 almost.
Yeah, but didn't you ask him if you could film it? I thought I remember.
No. I literally just walked in, and he was like, I don't know what's going on. But he wasn't reacting to me. He was reacting to the win. He's like, did I just? So in a way, I kind of like woke him up. But I did. And I totally
think it comes off that way. And I think you also get a pass though because of the size of it and whatever. Like it was.
It's something that you don't get to see every day.
You don't get to see in a lifetime. I mean,
right.
I'm with you on that one, dude. I'm with you're okay. You're okay. But like, I think
I feel it. But I also was very. What? I was also very respectful of him. I never showed him.
I agree. I'm not attacking you.
Yeah.
That didn't happen while you were
not. But I get a lot of.
If I want to attack you, I will attack you, bitch. I will.
Shut up.
I got you.
But I got a lot of shitty comments about it, and I'm like, I understand. I see both sides.
Viewers are very weird about that. I'll be honest with you. I don't get that side of it. Because I kind of feel like they're mad because they feel like they've been deceived, and because I'm the same way. If I feel like I've been deceived, but you weren't even trying to be deceiving with that. Whereas
Elite High Roller.
This other person, one of your friends that posted a picture, you know, just so they could have the thumbnail of the jackpot or whatever. I mean, it was like they were using Zoom from like 5 feet away or whatever. And then it was so shady and just fucked up. Don't even get me started. I don't want to get on my soapbox. About
one of my
Richard,
friends.
Manny, Richard Carl in the chat wants a yes.
Yes, honey, yes.
Yeah, why haven't we heard that come out tonight? What's going on, Pumpkin? Are you okay? You want to talk about
I'm
it?
good. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Actually.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You want to sing a lullaby? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet dreams. Now we can talk shit about Manny.
I'm not leaving. I'm just gonna fall asleep in your live
Yeah.
cast.
All right. Well, we would love to listen to you snore.
Yeah. Just
bitch.
Just stay in. Just stay in.
Just that's what I say after all my trick. Oh.
Just stay in. Just stay in. That's what you tell them too.
Yes. That was the joke.
So I have a problem at the casino right now.
Fuck you.
And I don't have a go-to game. Do you have a go-to game?
You don't have a Wheelorama.
Well, yeah.
What the fuck is that game?
We don't have it.
Oh, well, you guys aren't cool enough. I will say my go-to game is well, the reason I got this hat is because I shared a secret with Brent on. You probably know about this as well, and I'm not going to direct it now because I'm going to make a video about it. But a way that you can actually make money on slots. True story, believe it or not, true story. And I shared it with Brent, and I should show you the text after he went and did it. And he was he wet himself. It was good. It was good. But I'm going to make a video about that. Coming up and yeah, I would have said I'm batshit crazy. Now I see the look on your face because but it's true. And that is my go-to game every time I go to the casino.
Wheelorama.
That one too, but that one is not one that I.
Wait, what was the other one?
What game were you talking about?
I'm not telling you. I'm planting the seed.
Oh God! It's one
oh.
line. Turn it on 10 lines or in
Thunder Cash.
Oh no, that I think we can agree that playing less lines, I mean, playing higher denominations will get you a better payback percentage, which is my argument. But playing one line times 3, playing one line times 5, and then playing 5 lines times 1 in the long run should yield the same payback percentage to the player. There, it's just a more volatile experience. It's a lot more fun. It's different, and I'm fucking awesome. What about
Fair
it?
enough.
Oh, you guys gotta! Oh, you have so much to see. I'm so excited. I have so many. I have amazing one-line videos.
I enjoyed High Limit Vampire's Embrace with like 3 lines and
I would. I don't have it. I would. I lied. I have that coming up actually.
Cool.
It's good. It's good.
But a lot of Arizona casinos, they turn off where you have to bet a lot of lines, or you have to bet them all.
Makes me angry as fuck. When I went to Detroit, their one casino, it was 9 lines minimum. The other one, I did 1 line and I did amazing. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Have you played the Enforcer from Ainsworth? Shit company.
Oh my God. I really like that game.
I do too. And it bothers my tits. It bothers, but if you play that at $1 denomination and just play the 1 line, that bonus can be so hot and fucking horny. Oh my God. It's so great.
Do we have those, Manny?
Yeah,
Enforcer?
The Enforcer is a better Thunder Cash, I would say, but it's the same. It's the same theme.
Okay. Well, if I see Ainsworth, I don't even look at them.
It is. I would say it's more volatile because you're right.
You
right.
get the
it plays
multipliers
very similarly, but it's much hotter and much hornier.
Well, yeah, no, because you get the multipliers on Thunder Cash. You don't.
I wasn't giving the secret away, but okay.
What?
Multipliers everything. Plus the yeah. Ooh, you guys are getting me all worked up, hot and bothered. Ooh.
Well, you just woke up, so.
Fuck you! I don't need those comments.
Isn't it lunchtime for you now? Shouldn't you be hunting?
Yeah, where's Grinder?
Oh Lord, this happened during Cameron's show, and he couldn't handle it.
Is Cameron gay?
No, he's married.
Why was he on Grinder then?
No. Chief Turtlehawk was on Grinder and was making Cameron.
Who is this? I've heard this name before too. Do I know this person?
No, I don't. I don't know. He's been on a couple of my lives, but he has his own channel, Chief Turtlehawk, and just bizarre.
He looks like Bill, I say.
Oh, is that ugly? No. Fuck.
Thank you, Arda.
What?
Arda said she saw, or he or she saw my live stream on Class 2 Lone Wolf.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, on Class 2, in picking game... Excuse you, Manny. He's either vacuuming, snoring, or farting on my fucking live chats. Like,
it's my phone.
Get it together. Did you see the live chat where he was vacuuming?
Yes, with his laptop.
Jesus Christ.
That one was funny. I was doing the Wilma bonus.
Fuck.
Sorry, that gets me every time.
We got a live one. Oh,
yeah.
I have to end this chat. Picking on Class 2, is it predetermined?
Everything's predetermined based on that bingo
So the
card.
answer is yes?
So here's the fucked up part about Lone Wolf. And you know how we...
No, we're not talking Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf doesn't have picking.
Oh, no.
So I've seen
I see what you're saying.
meerkats with bingo cards. Are they predetermined?
They're predetermined.
Do they show what's behind the non-picked items? They do.
They are allowed to show in Class 2, but it is not... it is predetermined, but they're allowed to show.
That makes me mad as hell. Why are they allowed to show?
Because it's a different class. They don't have the same...
Fuck their class. I don't care.
Yes. So remember how... I don't know if you read like magazines about, oh, well...
I can't read.
Well, sometimes manufacturers can show and it can still be predetermined, but they're actually talking about Class 2 slots. So even
Does it
though...
say that in the pay table?
Oh, no. It says in the pay table that the bingo card determines, unless it's in a progressive.
It's okay. So it says in the pay table in a fancy wording, basically it says it, but it doesn't say it. That it's okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you for that.
And here's the thing. Also on the pay table, it says the real spins are for entertainment purposes only.
Which I knew, which I think is such bullshit that they get these bingo halls get away with that.
I know, right? Right.
I love slots and whatever, but like I hate that go around or whatever, because it's just like, come on. I mean, yeah. All right, don't even start it. Don't even. That's interesting. I did not know that. I learned something new tonight. Didn't everybody else? Yay!
Yay!
You're such a teacher.
So Class 2, if you have, or Washington State has a Class 2, but
I was going to say they would be considered Class 2, right?
Yeah, because they have, it's called pull tab slot machine. So basically, instead of
pull tab in the slot.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all the games are just like Class 2, except for they don't show bingo. So they don't show a bingo card or anything on the screen.
I don't need your comments about the cardboard in the back. If that's what you were talking about. Fuck you.
Well, I'm gonna go say goodnight.
I thought you already had. Go to sleep, fuckface.
Yeah. Bye, you all.
Love you.
Thank you, SD.
Love
you. Bye, Charles. Thank you. Lovely hat. It's making your hair club for men work extra hard. Take care.
Right,
bye.
Oh Jesus,
so, Manny. Oh my God, girl. What other edumacations can you learn us about tonight? That's interesting. I'm glad that I asked that.
You can only win up to $3,000 on a 320 bet on Lone Wolf, which is kind of
on a certain class. But it does say that, doesn't it? Because the Lone Wolf that I've been playing recently, I don't believe that would be the case.
Well, is it a Class 2?
Well, it goes with a $4 bet. No, it's in a native casino. I assume.
No, I'm not talking about the Class 3 Lone Wolf. We know we can win like $40 up to $100,000 on minimum bet on that game or something. Right. But the Class 2 isn't like that at all.
Right. And I played awesome reels on a reservation in a state where gambling was not legal, but they had the bingo cards or whatever. And on the top of the machine displayed big and bright, it did say top prize is certain. And so I'm okay with that because it is expressly stated. But I mean, I also have a problem. Let's talk Titanic. Titanic in Vegas versus Titanic in Blackhawk, Colorado. When you get two of the top symbol, in Vegas it pays $20. In Blackhawk it pays $8 for the same bet. That is not okay. It bothers the fuck out of me.
Are you 100% sure this is the original Titanic?
100. Yes.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll load up Titanic someday and what symbol is it?
Titanic?
Yes.
Fuck. Is that new? You
No,
have
I've had it.
You're not sharing with us, dude.
I gotta send you the list of games I have. I think I can.
Yeah, that was on your to-do list. What, 2 months ago?
Yes,
Still waiting.
I'm still waiting for you to be on Slot Family.
Load up Slotsky for us right now, motherfucker.
I can't load up Slotsky tonight.
Oh, are you busy? I'm sorry.
No. It will take me like 45 minutes.
I'm simmer. I'm just joking.
No, but I think I don't know if you were into this game, but I'm hoping to get.
No.
I thought, but I'm going to be getting the hardware to run Super Team, and I'm really excited.
Oh yeah, no, I love Super Team. I think it's amazing. I think
I can't wait for that.
I honestly feel like I wish slot companies would hire me to like be the final stage that their machine goes through or whatever, because every one of these slot machines that there's something wrong with, every time I nail that they're gonna fail. Like I know that it will not work. I'm telling you right now, surprise me, won't work. And it doesn't.
So I don't know if we talked about this, but this has kind of been bothering me. And when I go live and I gamble, when I was in Vegas, I get so excited. I get super excited, right? Especially with the old WMS, the Super Mult. When you watch other slot channels, and I'm not trying to like criticize anybody, but do you kind of get like put off like if they don't get excited for like a $500 win or more?
I feel like people think that I am like coked off my ass or something because like they're like, dude, lay off the fucking coke. I'm like, why? I get so into it and just like, and I'm not one to like suppress my feelings or like everybody will know, and that doesn't bother me. Some people, like I've had friends that like they turn the volume all the way down and they just like they're not one to make a scene. And so I feel like but I don't feel like I'm like doing it fake or anything. I'm just not suppressing.
Oh no, my shit was real at the Flamingo, and I had a crowd behind me for winning 3 progressives on Hollow's Riches, and it was only like $400. But
saw that video. Actually,
I was excited that I hit it on a live stream. Number one, number two, that is one of my favorite games of all time.
I was gonna ask why you were. Wait, was it Hollow Riches or were you cheating on the Ocean one? I thought the Ocean one was your favorite.
No, any of the Super Multi-Progressives is my favorite.
All right.
If it has Super Multi-Progressive logo on it, I love it. They're all great, in my opinion.
Sure.
For a mechanical game, they knew how to build the suspense amazingly. So,
maybe.
So
the bonus symbol doesn't say bonus on Hollow Riches is such bullshit.
Yeah, they fucked up on that.
That is such bullshit.
Yes.
Period.
Because if you look at the other games, they all say bonus on it.
It's like why? Like, it's like you go through the like. Did they purposely do that? Because it's really fucking stupid. But maybe they did it. I don't know.
Maybe they accidentally turned off the bonus layer in Photoshop, and when
I really wish I think I used to feel like there's always like a method behind the madness of why they do these things. But like as time has gone on, I feel like no, they just fucked up like big time. Like that's kind of how I feel about a lot of things. It's like.
Yeah, but here's one thing that threw me off in Vegas. I like the quick hit super wheel, the new one, right? The video version. And at Treasure Island, if you land 2 super wheels, it suspense spins, makes the sound, and then stops, right? For whatever reason, the same exact game at Cosmo would land the 2 bonus symbols and stop immediately and continue to play the wind-up music. I want to know why.
It's got to be a flaw with just that machine, right? Because if you played it anywhere else?
Yeah, and they all do the suspense and it keeps spinning, but the Cosmo one stopped right away. And I don't know if they're running like maybe it's the server-based version, but there was something weird.
I was gonna say it. I don't know much about how the nerdy shit about that goes. I'm more of the paint on it, the design aspect than the code behind it or whatever. But I don't know what would impact that. That's really interesting.
It was like the same exact game, nothing different.
Now, as far as I'm aware, Aria in Vegas is the only place with server-based gaming. Or am I completely wrong about that?
No, I think Bellagio. I think most of them have it now.
You do? Oh,
I think even Treasure Island. I think they were like one. Who was the first? Was it Ari?
That's what made all the news about it, which is what kept me up to date on stuff with server-based gaming. But maybe you're right that they all have it now where it's not newsworthy, and that's why I don't know about it, because it's not in the news. I don't know.
I don't know, but people are all they have their opinions, like it's like the outcome comes from the server, and
Manny does. I've listened to his bullshit about many times. Many times I'm like, man, you're batshit crazy.
He's getting confused. Bingo or
the reason that he does the cash out ticket in because it starts a new session, and I'm like, oh my god.
Although it does appear to work with IGT games.
Yeah, all right, there you go on your batshit crazy.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying,
it appears to work. It appears to. I appear to be a heterosexual. I agree. I'm very straight acting, but I like dick.
Yeah.
I fuck a mean dick.
Well, you don't come off like the bingo king, so you're good.
Oh, what? Well, you say my pussy ain't tight or what? No, I love the bingo queen. I do.
I love Eric. Eric's awesome.
I do love her. I do. Although she's also one that's batshit crazy too. But these things I will say to all their faces because I assume that they're going to find out about it. So I'm not throwing shade. I'm totally throwing shade, but I'm not talking shit behind their back because I'll say it to their face.
That's right. That's okay then.
Yes, I agree.
But I'm just trying to think.
That's why SD is a. I don't know. That's why I am what I am, because I is what I is. Yeah.
And I think, as far as my Vegas trip goes, the Cosmo sucked. Treasure Island sucked.
Where'd you stay?
Treasure Island. Don't give me shit for it.
I have relations in there.
Do you know why I stay at Treasure Island? Optional
I don't
resort
care,
fees.
but tell me about it.
Optional resort fees.
I think that is something that should be rewarded with staying there.
Absolutely, and free parking still. The only one on the strip with free parking.
Surprises the hell out of me, to be honest with you. But
Me too.
And I won't hold it against Cosmo or Caesars is a whole shithole all their own.
Oh yeah.
Parking fees. But when MGM starts charging for parking, Cosmo can't be like wedged between Bellagio and Aria and not start charging for parking. I'm sure that was a fucking
go up there and park.
So don't even get me started on parking. You know how I pissed off I get. I
know.
I've parked a car in their place once in my 50 trips to Vegas, and but it still just bothers the hell out of me.
But I would love to see you go back to Vegas. It seems like it's been.
I would love to see me too. And
I would drive up all the way just for that weekend if you're up there.
I'm good. I'm already booked. Sorry.
Well, I got to meet Diana. And she was a super sweetheart.
Oh, so what? I'm not a super sweetheart. Fuck you. I
haven't met you.
I got people to see and people to do. I ain't got.
That's right. No, she was a super sweetheart. I was so glad.
I know she is, and that's one of the things that is impressive about Diana. Is her she goes out of her way to try to meet as many people as possible that want to meet her, and I think that's amazing. I can't do a schedule is what I'm saying. And when I go to Vegas, you'll probably know as soon as I do because I book days beforehand, and I'm going out there. I'm not a 6 month out planner. I'm not a 2 month out planner even.
It's hard. I know.
Life happens. Well, it wouldn't be as hard if I was as close to it as you are.
Right.
You're a 5 hour drive.
4 hours.
4 hours. I mean that's where I drive to. That's a Friday night to me.
I know you would probably be out there every weekend.
I might be. And it's not because I prefer to fly, but it's almost more difficult to fly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the drive up to Vegas from here is not. It's actually a really nice
but
drive.
like setting up a plane and go to the airport and like there's so many things you have to get in order. I think when you fly somewhere versus getting a car and drive. I will get in a car and drive to the casino and then like on the way up there like message the host like, can I get a room for tonight? And they're usually pretty good about it. It's kind of jacked up like that. I don't think I ever saw myself as a traveler like that, but that's how I am.
Should we take some questions from the chat or no?
Sure.
It's your channel. I'm sorry. I just see a lot of questions. Only erotic
personal questions only, please, and super chats. I guess we should have been paying attention to the chat, which I haven't. But at the same time, like
we were engaged
I
in a
always
good
didn't
conversation.
like in the past when I did super chats with Brent, and he would kind of let the chat. No offense to the chat, but he would kind of let the chats take the reins or whatever, and it just would kind of be all over the place, and I would never really get one thought finished. And so I kind of, that's why I kind of take the approach that I do. So I love all 2 million of you that are in here live or chatting or whatever, or watching live. But we also have to think about the people that watch this afterwards. Like, God, he scrolls off a lot. What the fuck is his deal? Girl can't stand it. And then I never finish a fucking thought either. Like my stories or whatever, because my stories are good.
Two Arm Bandito says SD, length or girth?
Girth.
Okay.
I answered that a little too quickly. Hi, Mom.
Was this a stage question?
What's that?
Was this question staged? Were you given these questions ahead of time?
No, that was I don't know. I'm a virgin.
Walking Dead 3, you in it? I paid, bitch.
I guess you'll know when it comes out.
Richard Carl, there's your answer.
We're both going to SlotCon. No, I'm not going to the SlotCon. That's in August, right? If I go, it'll probably be in early July for my birthday. Who knows? I could be living in Vegas by that time, so who knows?
Why wouldn't you do a SlotCon?
What?
Why wouldn't you go to SlotCon? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Because I haven't gone to Vegas in a year and a half for all kinds of stuff, and I don't have the time or money or anything. I'm homeless. This is my box. Isn't it nice? I did it up real good.
I love the paint job.
Yeah, no. Does it show on your end like the chats that get hidden or whatever? I don't even know why they're hiding. Maybe there's some.
I'm not. You have to be a moderator to see them.
Oh, poor Pumpkin. I probably meant to make you one.
You know why I made? You know why
tits and vert and whore are things that they won't let you say. Here, I'll show them. There they go.
But you know why you're a slot attendant on my channel, so I know it's the real you and not some troll.
Hey, that's a really good way
to
look. I never thought of it like that.
Because I had a couple of trolls come in, and some donations were actually under your name too. At the time,
well, that was me actually, fucker. Fuck you. You're welcome.
Show me a receipt.
Okay, all right.
If it was, I don't think it was you, but
no, it was not me.
No, I just don't want to be like rude because you see on the back end who it was actually from.
Oh, you mean they changed their channel name to SDGuy videos or whatever, and then you saw that it was.
Oh, SDGuy donated to the slot museum. Thank you very much, SD for. And I'm like, later on, I look at the spreadsheet and I'm like, oh, well, he didn't donate.
Fuck you. Yeah. That's awesome. Oh, look at this. Hey, SDGuy, Treasure Island in Red Wing is allowing filming 100% now. Would you come back to us if you could? Are you saying that you work for them? And
is that a guarantee 100%?
Well, because first of all,
you have a lifetime ban there?
Yeah, for filming, and I'm really stern about that and the way that I was treated about it. So I could be talked into it, yes, but you would need to we would have to negotiate on those terms. Would you come back? Do you see that question from Stephen and Ethan?
Yeah, and then he says, "So
isn't that not weird how we phrase this? Would you come back to us if you could?" I would, but there needs to be a little more accountability, I think, on Treasure Island's end. For
oh, he says he works there.
Opening up your eyes, and I would want a frameable letter to go next to the other one that says, "Beg for you to make me come back" or whatever. Yeah, we can talk. I hear your new hotel room tower is nice. Give me a room on the top floor with those floor-to-ceiling windows, some free play to, and I'll come up and I'll shoot some videos. How is that fair? I think that's fair. That's fair.
Is that close to you? Is that like a close casino?
Remember, I drive everywhere.
No, I know you do.
Oh, the chat. I wonder why the chat was not going. Okay, so you work there. talk to your marketing department. Talk to them about what security. I bet security hates that. Do you work in security, Stephen and Ethan? Which one are you, by the way? And are you a couple? Do you guys scissor? Confirm what color your room is. Pink or red? Red. Is stop sign red if it doesn't look like that to you. It's stop sign red, and then all the furniture is black, and then there's a black glass chandelier. Hold on.
How come you're not in the casino realness
Fuck
studio?
you.
No Wi-Fi?
It's a pain in the ass getting that too. And then there's a black glass chandelier over there. Yeah, it's hot as fuck. I got taste. Yeah, no, it would certainly have to be a letter to be involved for me to go back there, simply because I need to have something trumping the previous one. If there's ever an issue of somebody not wanting to pay me or whatever, I would need that legal documentation to return. But
Richard asked, "Will you shave your beard for $50?"
No, but that hesitation meant keep going. Do I hear 100? I will do a lot for a little. I tell the story that I once in Vegas was drunk and picked a quarter out of a urinal. True story. It happened.
Oh.
It happened. I'm cheap. There you go. So no, but you're probably not too far off. We can start up a special little eBay auction for that if she was.
Tab asked, "Do you have Brent's dining set?"
No, he's gonna be buried in that thing. Do you think that he would give that to Wade? No. Was get this free marketing. Stephen and Ethan, I'll be honest with you. I'm willing to bet that the reason why is because of me. Because from what I understand is that video got the attention of everybody over at Treasure Island, because it got a lot of views, but the word went around at everybody was talking about it, I guess, at Treasure Island. So I know that I got management's attention by making that reaction video. And how should I feel about this? If they do allow filming 100% now, and the issues that I had with them, I'm kind of even more offended now. They didn't stick to their guns or something. I don't know. I'm kind of more offended that it took me to open their eyes up. I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of.
Well,
you know what I mean? That bothers me somewhat.
You're right. You're right. But now there's a conflict in the chat that says now they're still not allowed.
Cody and Ethan is getting in a fight.
All right. Well,
my money's on Ethan, Cody.
This is how I would take the situation: is they would have to call me if they want me back.
Oh no, they will have to have a letter. I'll have to have it in writing for sure. But they will also have to add on those. We're sorry for fucking up. Please accept this glorious suite, this free play, this free meal, this hooker, etc. To make it up to you. And in my opinion, that's how you as a marketing team take a bad situation and turn it positive and actually create good marketing from the videos that I would make about said trip to go in your favor. That's my thoughts. Do what you want to do. Interesting though. But I have heard that they do allow filming from more than just Stephen and Ethan as well recently. So I don't know, Cody, you could be in the wrong. Jennifer, doesn't she date Donkey Dick Dave or something like that?
Oh yeah, Jennifer and Donkey Dave and Olga, they all gamble there.
Said that she told me that I need to ask for them to unban me or whatever, which is, first of all, it's never happening. I'm never going to ask to be unbanned.
They'll probably do it for you.
That initiative needs to come on their end.
I'll talk to them.
No, fuck you. Yeah, no, that was fun. Nate was there. It was 4:00 in the morning. I was driving him home, and he was so tired, and we were gonna go to the room and go to nap because Nate has narcolepsy and loves to sleep all the time or whatever. And that poor little bastard. It was not a good night for him.
Richard says when ask SD when the next Brent story is because it's been promised in Casino Realness.
Oh, we want another Brent story, as in like the most recent object Brent has had sex with. Well, you must be maybe new to the chat, but earlier I said describe the perfect hooker. I was gonna say dead, but that's a little inappropriate. I was gonna say unconscious or dead, or like, you know, some Bill Cosby-esque thing, but that probably isn't appropriate in today. It's probably not politically correct. And I'm joking, of course, but it's funny.
It is funny.
Fuck. Did you see my Bill Cosby joke on my recent Betty White video? It was good, but nobody watched that video because they're over the Betty White machine. But
Betty White's come and gone.
You need to watch the most recent Betty White video of mine. I went the extra mile. What were we talking about? Hookers? How did
dead hookers? But
yeah, let's move on from Brent probably has had sex with a dead hooker. Yes. I had to listen to him the other night, like go the step there's a lot that you didn't see from the plunger story video. First of all, that was just like I bleeped out some inappropriate words on the SDGuy Reads Mean Comments simply because I was afraid that the algorithm would take those sensitive words, because if you've noticed the closed captioning on videos is it spells out fucking. I actually was really surprised by that.
Well, they apparently released an update where it's supposed to be more accurate or something. So.
Oh yeah, it is accurate. And I was actually really surprised that it is so accurate while you're at a slot machine with all that music and stuff going on. Mm-hmm. To me, that was one of the benefits of making slot videos, is that the closed captioning was going to have a much more difficult time deciphering what is going on in your video. But I was surprised that it didn't even like bleep out the word. It spelled the whole word fucking. Like even my iPhone will not like say fucking for me when I want it to say
really?
Fucking.
It says it on mine.
Oh, nope.
You need to train the bitch.
Ducking? Oh, no. But where are we? How do we scroll off on this?
I have no dead hookers. It's all stems from
I know.
Dead
I
hookers.
keep going back to dead hookers in my brain. Yeah, I had to listen. What I'm saying is, I had to listen to Brent elaborate even more about his said interests, and you don't want another Brent story. You don't. Brent is full of stories, though. They're all true. I won't take his thunder on this or anything, because I keep wanting him to live stream about this and tell more about himself. But Brent has a very, very interesting past. He is by far the most famous slot YouTuber on YouTube. That is a true story. Google his name. There.
And he's on the Robinson Crusoe podcast.
Yes, he does like the Huckleberry. Who wrote Robinson Crusoe? Now I need to know, so I can like accurately like
Wasn't
make
it
jokes
Charles
about.
Dickens?
It was some old fucker like that.
I don't know if it was him, but it sounds right.
We're going to look it up. That's why we have computers. Robinson Crusoe was the first fucking thing that came up. I wouldn't like think that would be the most appropriate thing afterwards.
I thought Brent.
Now by Daniel Defoe. Nobody ever heard of him.
Never heard of him.
I have this person that comments on every video of mine, or like the Mad Librarian or something like that. It's like she'll probably watch this video. Like they're actually really good with their comments, because they must have a lot of time in the library or something, and they read a lot of books about random. I need a fancy term for like slot statistics or random number theories or some bullshit. I don't know, but she sounds real fancy when she talks about her stuff, and yeah, it's real good. Daniel Defoe. Who knew? I didn't.
Are you sure it's a man or a woman? Because I just met one of my fans, and I just met one of our people that are shoe shine. It has a picture of a husky, and I thought it was a girl this whole time. And I met him live today at the casino, and it was a dude.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm like very, very skeptical about shoe shine with the husky picture. I would have guessed it was, and I think it was Yo Teddy's fault.
I think I think the safe thing about being gay and saying girl for everybody is like I can call you girl and it's fine. I can call a girl and it's fine. Like that, so it kind of really works. But I've offended many people in the past about that, and I don't care. If you get offended about anything, you just probably shouldn't watch any of my shit. Because it just I have no time for.
You have no time. You have no filter. And are
life
you cleaning your lens?
Life is too short to spend it being offended.
Why are you cleaning your lens?
Because I had jizz on it. I don't know. Oh. Lube gets all over everything in this room. I just.
I was going to ask you for that buffalo sign, but not anymore.
I'm sure you were. No.
That's all right. I just get one that actually lights up.
Came in, like they had to make like the box special for it because they packaged it in like a monitor box or something, but they had to like cut out like a corner of it for like the one edge of the triangle and like make like this makeshift box thing. I'm surprised that it didn't get more damaged in shipping or something. But no, it made it here safely. I haven't requested any of those from them recently. I need to get on top of that.
I want your Elvira one.
I'm sure you do. I have two of them. I have let me brag. I have the rare one that like only 4 like the test ones where she has her mouth open because and the ones that made it to the final like version that made
was
it to
she
the casino,
doing this?
She was smiling like I'm assuming it was too sexual or something maybe maybe they just didn't want it for whatever reason. I don't know. But I have that one that didn't make it. Plus the Big Bang Theory one. I have one that the version I have did not make it to the casino either. So that's also I have the very rare versions.
Was it you like years ago talked about how they had to go back and censor the TED machine? And so is there a board that the manufacturers send to like a rating board of a movie or something?
I'm surprised you don't know about.
No, I never. I knew they had to go back and censor a couple of games. Like I think even Ferris Bueller they had to censor something.
I don't know about that one. Well, I'm sure they have to go to their the licensor to be approved, of course. So that some stuff may happen there. But from what I understand is there's a I think it's a privately owned company called GLI, Gaming Laboratories International. There's a company that does it just because like New Jersey thinks that they're fancy and they have their own group. But then like there's one based in Nevada that does them basically worldwide. I think the Aristocrat, WMS, any company has to give their code to this private company. And they go through it and they test it to make sure that the game pays out exactly.
Oh no! I know about that place. I thought there was like for content.
Well, okay, so there was a game called Pixie's Kiss that had like pixies with nipples and shit on them, and that game had that issue as well. And I'm understanding that's more jurisdictional. So. I'll have to get back to you on that one because I'm actually very curious about that myself.
Because I remember reading a story.
I was influenced that GLI was the one that had the issues with them.
Oh, see, I thought GLI just tested to make sure the game plays right and everyone's fair, the casino and your player.
Maybe it says on their website. Let me look it up.
I remember them having to go back and censor some of TED.
I can't believe. Well, TED is a completely different game from what it used to be. I mean, you should be able to see some footage of it from G2E the year prior that it came out. It was very, very perverted and he now like comes up and like hits the reels with his side. He used to come up and like full on like hump them. That was taken out. The golden nut stayed, which I was surprised by. I was surprised that Elvira didn't get dumbed down from her current version. I thought Elvira bombed at first, but I think that she is actually one of the more successful games coming out of them recently. I don't know how successful that is.
Okay.
But I think the fact that she is so approaching the line, maybe even crossing it a little bit, that is what has created her success. Because I love Elvira, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that her license is what necessarily brought it there. I do feel it is a slot machine that we haven't really seen before. And that's why I love it. I absolutely love that game. And it plays absolute dog shit.
Oh, it's terrible.
There's another game that I wish I had my hands on it before it went to the floor, because I feel like that is really preventing its like full-blown success. Is just how shitty that is. I mean, it is.
If they released Elvira as a complete Walking Dead 2 clone, but in the Elvira way, would you be pissed off about that? Or would you rather have it the way
you'd have to elaborate on that more, because I understand that we're getting another Elvira game, and it's coming from Gimme Games this time. So whatever we see from Elvira will be a very different game.
Well, I hope so, and I hope they stick with their Sharknado plan, because I thought that game was just
I see the reason why they wouldn't.
Right.
One, because I do think that Sharknado was successful, because if you ask me, I thought Sharknado had, a dog shit's chance of doing anything.
I know.
And I do think that I saw it in quite a few places, which tells me that it must have performed at least okay. I loved it. I thought it was great. And maybe I thought it was going to, because I thought it was dog shit though, like they didn't have to do much to impress me. But I really, really like Sharknado.
I do too. I like the way the shark comes up
with it, and so if that tells us anything of what we're going to see from Elvira, I think that they're going to do a phenomenal job. So they have set themselves up for failure, basically, because now they've lifted the bar much higher for themselves.
Well, hopefully they improve upon the original. As far as payouts go, I mean, I love her sayings. I love the spinning wheels on her boobs. It was just They got Elvira.
Well, yeah, it was campy as fuck.
Absolutely.
The only thing that I'm worried about a little bit is that Gimme Games, they like I understand why they stick to the feel of whatever they do with their games. Maybe I shouldn't be so worried about it. I guess I don't know, but Sharknado, you definitely see a lot of their previous games in Sharknado.
Absolutely.
Elvira, I don't feel that way at all. So I will have to see it. I don't know.
A pathetic shitzoid says, has any slot machine company reached out to you to get any opinions on new slots?
All the time. What do you want to know about that? Has any slot machine company reached out to you to get opinions on new slots? All the time. Do they? Are you talking to him? Do they to you?
No, I'm asking you the question from that person in the chat. I'm just wondering myself. That's a good question. I think it's a good question.
Was a question for you or not?
No one asked me anything about slots.
I think they have to be careful too, because I don't know how I want to say. I think they read a lot of message boards. I'll say that. I think I know that they I know that they read our videos. I absolutely know that for instance, Leonidas 2, that slot machine, the creator of that slot machine went to basically every Leonidas video that was on YouTube, read all the comments, and tried to incorporate every thought that was justified or whatever into Leonidas 2, and that's how we have Leonidas 2. Miss Kitty Gold, I believe, was an idea of somebody on a forum board years ago that like they basically said like word for word what Miss Kitty Gold is today, which I think is fascinating, and that's how that came about. So I slot manufacturers are definitely in the shadows of all of our slot videos, and I realized that when that they're out there, yeah. For sure.
I get a lot of software designers that hit me up privately or left comments like on Roll the Bones, a software engineer.
They had worked on the game.
They have worked on the game,
right.
And I thought it was so awesome. They're like, "Thank you for doing this on this game," and I worked on this, and I felt like special about that. I'm like, those are the guys I want to talk to and pick their brain.
Right. Right. Yeah. No. They definitely feel like the guy that created Airplane sent me his storyboards in the mail because as a gift for the 100th anniversary or whatever.
Yeah.
And I need to actually, I plan on doing a live stream about those in the future. I need to get them all scanned in or whatever and go over those. But
if you want, we can play Airplane while we do that. That would be kind of fun.
I should have you on as my guest now since Brent is kicked to the
No,
curb.
we can have Brent too.
Fuck Brent.
Yeah, fuck him.
I'm so tired of being on his schedule. Just talking about Wheel-O-Rama recently, I had the team from Wheel-O-Rama like emailed me like after I made my, so I'm kind of into the Wheel-O-Rama. I'm kind of like obsessed with the Wheel-O-Rama, and I think that kind of is a first for them on Wheel-O-Rama.
Probably.
So, but I don't think Wheel-O-Rama did very well. But when they saw my video about how like I did like the special intro into it and talked about it and everything, which I normally don't do. I talked about like anyways, they were very impressed or very like bewildered by that reaction and wanted to meet me in Vegas for G2E, but I wasn't going out there this year. So that's on my next time I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to go.
I love G2E.
I'm going to go fangirl over the girl that created Wheel-O-Rama. I assume she got fired for it, but I make that joke because I hope it's a joke. But it's if you told me Wheel-O-Rama was a successful slot machine, I would tell you to go fuck yourself. There.
Because no one has ever heard of it except from you, so that's kind of cool.
Well, there's that. Plus, every place I saw it basically got rid of it right away.
And you're like, what the hell is this shit?
And I'm with them. Again, a machine that I wish I could have had it before it got out. I would have said, they miscommunicated to the player how you win on that game, which I think is so common, and it's just such a mistake. And I could have made Wheel-O-Rama a successful machine, hands down. I could have done it because it's awesome. Otherwise, it's so great.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch your videos on that because every time I see Wheel-O-Rama,
you need to masturbate to them too because they're all good. Oh, and
thumbs down.
You haven't seen shit yet, dude. You haven't seen shit yet. The best wins are still yet to come. I have too much content. I need to stop going to the casino so goddamn much because I have too much content. You're not supposed to upload more than one video a day because they can cannibalize each other then, and they both like become mediocre videos. So I get that, but then it's like, God damn it.
How far in advance are you scheduled, or are you doing last minute stuff?
1 year.
Nice.
That's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's
every day release
because I always change my mind, and I have this is my scheduling like sheet for see all that scribbling and shit. Yeah,
I love it. It's
fucked up, and then I get drunk or whatever, and I like schedule one video where I'm gonna take place of another one and forget to unschedule the other one, so they both drop at the same time. There was a last week Lucky Lemmings video that popped up in the middle of the night, and it was just like, I was apparently drunk or whatever the night before and forgot to, completely do that one all the way. So it is what it is. But I'm not a procrastinator, but then I like get myself in trouble at the same time as like, now I'm really learning tricks of editing and stuff. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really having fun, doing the fancy shit or whatever, just playing around with it and making my own creation. That like now these videos that are coming out next week or whatever were made 6 months ago. It's like,
and they don't have that
I want to get fancy with it, it's just I know how to do green screen now. I know how to do all this fun shit that I can fuck around with. And so
that's what's great about all these slot channels is like you learn from them and you kind of take them your own. I'm sure I think everybody got double or nothing from you.
Everybody got everything from me. Fuck you.
Right. A lot of things came from you. Absolutely.
I know they did. Yeah.
So
rude. Exactly.
Oh. How about "fuck you, bitch"? Because that's one of my favorite lines of yours.
Yeah, that's pretty generic. I think "fuck you, bitch."
No, I know, but when you said it to this power spins girl after you went through all your power spins and probably got shit, and she goes, "Oh, that's the power of a power spin." You're like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Yeah, that one's
classic
generic.
Moments.
You may have that one trademark free. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But Brent running off with girl bye.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and I totally get that shit elsewhere. I get that, but like,
I'm just glad are we finally done with Easy Street?
Fuck you. I don't know. So I was thinking about that recently. Like, the Walking Dead 2 videos are basically toxic. You put one on YouTube and they don't perform at all because everybody has seen everything for it. Like
we're done
it's not
with
interesting anymore. I get it. I totally get it. But like it's funny how that stuff can like in a sense be toxic. And so you have, this is getting too far into the weeds and the algorithm and stuff like that. But when you have a video that performs poorly, like it affects your future videos going forward. It fucking sucks. So you have like, you're kind of like almost motivated not to put up any, even if they're good hits, like not to put any of them up because of that. But I actually have a Walking Dead one coming up in 4 hours.
Oh.
I'm doing 2 today. It's a Walking Dead. It has a funny thumbnail. That's why I did it. Just go with me on that. And they're all good hits too. Like I'm not even putting up shitty Walking Dead hits because even the good hits perform poorly. So the shitty hits really perform poorly.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, the thumbnails are cracking me up.
I'm having a lot of fun with that. A lot of fun with the thumbnail. It's just very therapeutic for me. But yeah, no, like the chat says, Easy Street is now, it's a small world. If you're not up to speed on that, you'll be there.
It's hard to watch. I always watched some of your videos all the time, but it's hard to watch everybody.
Yeah, you don't have to sugarcoat it for me.
No, I'm not.
Why aren't you watching me?
Hold on. Carl says, I saw a hand pay on Star Rise last week on a $1.50 bet.
There that's how you get your attention, huh? Oh, Star Rise, squirrel.
Hey, I made that game popular just like you're making Wheel-O-Rama popular.
You.
Perfect 8 as well, and I feel bad for the people going to.
Too popular. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true too, because you were in it. And this Perfect 8 phenomenon that's going on right now.
Okay, so let's talk about the Perfect 8 then. Now it can go 8 times 8 times 8 if you land all 3.
No, it's 24 times is your top multiplier. Hold on though. Hold on. You can get a massive hand pay with very little symbols.
Wait now. Okay, so then it is 2 times 2. Oh. How do we get 24? Where does it come from? I think it's adding them, right? Okay, let me show you.
If you get one perfect 8, it's 8 times. 2 is 16. 24 is 3 of them.
Then. Okay, I'm okay with that then. And they're only in the middle 3 reels, right?
Yes. And
I'm okay with that then.
If you get one girl and a perfect 8, it's huge. It's insane. It doesn't multiply your win then. That's why it's called perfect 8.
You get no win then? You get a zero?
No, they're wild. No, they're wild. But you don't.
But you get no multiplier. That's
no. Come on.
I can see where you're into that.
Think about why the game is called Perfect 8. You need a perfect 8 on the screen.
Bitch, I got it. I'm just throwing. Jesus Christ! I
hate Bally so
in my
much.
Fucking life. Do you not know? Jesus Christ!
You hate Bally so much that you won't give him a chance. I hate you too.
Fuck you.
No. Why would I be on here if I hated you?
You think everybody's live streams that I go on I like?
That's true.
I did see a game that you were playing the other day. You still haven't seen my Fire Diamonds or whatever the fuck that is that I got the top high. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna move past that little like mistake. But Fortune Ingot. I have played that game.
Oh my God, where? I want to play it.
Is that from Australia too? Because
that is an Australian. That's an Australian game.
So it's bullshit impossible to hit the bonus. Or no, I've gotten the bonus once and it took a shit on my face, I think.
Oh no, sure it will, but it will also give you a great bonus.
Well, luckily I'm into that.
Yeah. So I like that's an Australian IGT studio, and I like the Lantern Riches. I don't know if you played that one. It's kind of like
I probably.
Oh, that's a hot one too. But you should see the massive hand. Sometimes I'll record. So if I'm like playing around with the slots, I'll sometimes record the bonuses and upload them. But I'm very honest with them. I'm not saying I'm at the casino. I put the slot museum somewhere in there, right? And the Lantern Riches one, fantastic hit on it. So
I'm trying to think of I have yet to hit a bonus on Red Lantern, which now correct me if I'm wrong here, but is that 88 fortunes without the progressives?
Yeah, I actually looking for the software for that game because I actually got the security dongle and I can't run it. But yeah, it's pretty much an 88 Fortunes without progressives.
I mean, I think it's from the same studio, and it plays like that. I just
anytime you hear that music, that's a shuffle game.
Oh yeah. Oh well, and shuffle games, I mean, they have a look that just
yes.
Doesn't really change either. It is.
And it drives me nuts that when people associate Locket Link with WMS, their logo is just on it. They had nothing to do with that.
Well, you mean okay? But see, I don't think the WMS logo's on it either, though. Is it?
It is. Mm-hmm.
It does say WMS. It doesn't say Scientific Games.
Nope. Well, because remember, there's WMS and Bally. Yes. So what WMS?
I actually don't believe you. I'm gonna go look.
It's on there. Well, Bally started the whole studio logo on their games, which I like because if you like a certain studio's games, you kind of look for it.
WMS hasn't had their logo on. Every time you cash out, their logo pops up.
No. I'm just saying, like, WMS doesn't advertise what studio developed this Wonka or that Wonka.
Well, not necessarily true. Like Ming Guardian, whatever studio that came from, like
Dyna Reels or something. Yeah.
Yes, look at you being fancy and shit. I was gonna say Dyna Douche because that's a thing, and we don't need to.
Do you not like that game? I think that game's hot.
I think that game's I think it's very interesting. I just I think that was probably one of the most things I was interested about it was like you never see a Bluebird cabinet with a different company studio on it. You never saw that shit. I'm like, whoa, this is serious.
Well, they didn't disguise it like they did with Carmen, right? Because Carmen was actually the Arizona studio,
right?
But
and that
I met the guy. I met the guy who made that. So
I know you. I know he's been on Manny's podcast, getting himself shit faced during the thing. It was great.
Yeah. But
I'm so responsible of him. I love it.
But they made it look like a WMS game, whereas Ming Guardian totally looks like foreign.
That's why I think I was more blown away. I was like, okay, like this is not because you can when you do this as much as we do this, you begin to notice those little things that drive me nuts, and it drives other people up the wall that it drives me nuts because it's just the little things, but it's the little things that count.
Well, I think we're very much similar on what we look for.
It's very Walking Dead 1. I think Walking Dead 2, they really got away from stuff, but like that Tarzan bullshit that let's make a deal. Walking Dead 1, I mean, they are clearly from the same studio. They have the same touches and everything.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of liked I attached to Bally early on because there were Bally has some really solid studios, but unfortunately their math gets in the way.
They have a following for sure. Like the what Scientific Games paid for Bally versus they paid for WMS is so ridiculous. Like it makes me so mad as a WMS fan that they and to my credit, I think that their market share, they took a turn for the worse when they brought the Blade cabinet out and all of the games that followed it. Yep. They were trying to do whatever they were trying to do. I think they did a decent job at trying to like imitate get the Aristocrat customers or whatever their goal was. Bad choice. I think it was a bad move, but I do think that they did a decent job of like the shitty coin show or whatever that happens. Like they purposely made that coin show shitty to resemble something made 15 years ago or whatever to like appeal to that player. Like it was so odd. It was so weird.
Are you talking about when they glitch and they just freeze and bounce? And have you seen that?
That's not a glitch. That is made that way on purpose. Because
really? I thought it was software glitch.
Like on Raging Rhino when you get a hand pan or whatever, like the way the gems like it looks so shitty, but it's done on purpose because that's the way the coin show looks on Aristocrat in the original Buffalo. It's just it's so weird to see some in today's technology made to look like
or sound or even sound. Like, look how bad Ainsworth sounds.
Dumb the sound down. Like it's almost like I don't think you can really successfully do that and get away with it as consumers progress. We our graphics are what we expect to see in graphics continues to evolve. You can't imitate something that's old graphics and get away with it. You can't.
Well, and here's another thing with WMS. I was starting to get into the Blade games when they had the option to turn on the modern sounds. Because even though I hated those, I thought they had more of a WMS punch to them a little bit.
I always went to bells and whistles. So whatever the default.
Yeah, exactly. The bells and whistles, and it turned it on modern sounding or whatever.
It wasn't terrible, but I mean, they made so many changes when they basically, what I'm saying is they made so many changes from monster jackpots. Any slot made after that, it had the graphics that would not show the entire line. They would bounce up. They would. I hated that. They made so many changes, and there were little touches that you may not notice. You may now notice that any machine after that did not do the line pays thing anymore, and they made so many abrupt changes that they alienated their core consumer like me, which is where Every came in and stole the shit out of that player. Absolutely, they did.
Absolutely.
And other they basically went after capturing a market that they couldn't capture completely, and ended up alienated the company the player that built them to where they were. And
so when Zeus and not the last one that came out, but the father of Zeus and son of Kronos, when those came out, I was a little excited that I thought WMS was going to go back into the direction of G Plus Deluxe, but those games look like they're unfinished.
Well on those ones, they again on G Plus Deluxe it shows the entire line, I believe.
Yes.
But on Kronos they pop out. They do that new play, and it
was a mix between G Plus Deluxe and Blade, is what they're doing.
I think they're all Blade. I won't agree with you. I think
they're trying to use the
only thing that's similar is the graphics. Maybe I wouldn't even say the sound is similar, because it's going to have that vintage celebration, and the fonts for everything.
Terrible. The numbers
fonts
moving around
to the layout to everything. I'll give them credit. I think that it's important to stick with your brand and to keep that. If you're going to make that change, go for it. But I don't think that change needed to be made. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. They just really screwed up their brand or their games. And the only thing I really was blown away about the new Zeus and Kronos when those came out is how the symbols came off the reels and swooshed by the screen. But then after that, I was like, let's just use some stock footage.
Big win celebration where it says impressive and it's got that generic thing every time. That's bullshit. Fuck you.
I know.
Because the same one for Kronos is the same one they use in Goldfish. It's
no, because they look unfinished. Like, why would you take G Plus Deluxe music and put it in Goldfish?
Totally.
It's when I played those at G2E, I'm like, they're temporarily using the music to show it up. No, that's how it was released. Like, you don't put that shit in
I played those the other night, and boy, does that, the things that they say, like impressive,
or
monumental, the phrases that they say now are so fucking stupid.
It is bad. It is bad.
Like some of the words are just weird, like imaginative, or like I don't even know what they are, but they're just
they're ridiculous. That's what they are. Yeah. And then everything that WMS is releasing now is a rehash from their back catalog. It's like now they got a Black Knight Diamond, which I really want to play.
Well, I think you can go to hell on that, because I think the way to be successful is to use your previous brands and build on them more. As long as they're a different experience. Just like there's some batshit crazy like Cleopatra, like gazillion or 1 million or whatever.
I agree, but we need something new to make it like a Zeus or Kronos. When Kronos came out,
Black Knight brand, I assume that they have wild reels that stick around in the bonus or something similar.
That's fine. I don't mind Black Knight, but what I'm saying is I want something new.
Well, it's not the same game, is it? I mean, it's got to be new. I mean, even Black Knight 2 is just a 4x5 with the same, everything else the same
That's
as
true.
the original Black
That's
Knight,
true.
but it is a different feeling game to it.
Absolutely. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, I wanted Call of the Moon or whatever that game was to be successful because I thought it could have been different.
It was garbage to begin with. For whatever reason,
I'm not
just are obsessed with wheels and progressives, and they need to step the fuck away from them because reasons.
I just want something like a G Plus Deluxe again, period. And don't fucking merge it with a Blade style. Give me that classic G Plus Deluxe.
Ain't gonna get it.
I know. I know. I know.
I as a player who is not considering myself a G Plus player, really like the G Plus game. So I thought that was a way for, I mean, if you think about it, the way that WMS grew as a company when they started making G Plus games alongside of, you know, Lucky Meerkats or whatever, that was a great way to try to grasp the Aristocrat player or whatever. But when they stopped making the fun games and went all to Aristocrat games, I don't know. My theory back in the day was the reason they did this is because games like Zeus and Jackpot Block Party, they didn't get replaced fast enough, which is a really dumb thing if you think about it, but I understand where they're coming from. You don't have many more new casinos opening up, so you can't really sell many cabinets. The way you have to make money is you have to sell more games. And the only way to sell more games is to make shitty games to start with that need to be replaced faster. That's a batshit reasoning, but I'm willing to bet that that's correct.
That could be true. That could be true.
It really could be. And I'm actually afraid of that being the right answer, because if you really think about it, like, it is jacked up that happened, but at the same time, like, can you really argue with that? Like, Zeus machines and Blade 2 cabinets will never be replaced, ever. There's no, that game will never fall out of favor. Jackpot Block Party,
Zeus was terrible.
Great Zeus was because it was a Blade game. I'm not talking Great Zeus. I'm talking Zeus. I'm talking
the
Jackpot
original
Block Party.
Yeah,
Most casinos that you saw Jackpot Block Party in, it's still in that cabinet. It's still there. It is so. I actually, like, Kevin was the only person I told this theory about too, because
he knows a lot about behind the scenes of what happened during the Blade games.
I know he does, but he didn't think about this part. And again, I don't know that this is true, or that even if anybody over there would even admit it to me if it was. Right. But that's my theory behind.
I like that theory.
That's my theory behind why they went to Blade and everything. And it's a fucked up theory.
But it makes sense as a business
plausible
person.
If you think about it.
You just do it for a short time, and then you come back and don't do that again.
You have no incentive to make a game that sticks around forever and ever. You don't. Right. I mean, you either got to be able to lease it, which, you know, most of those games were not leasable or whatever. So you either have a lease game, or you make a game that's that is not so amazing that it stays on the floor, and then they got to replace it. 6 months, the players get hold of it and want something new. And you know, when they sell these software to these companies, you know, they pay like $2,000 or even more just for the software. Yep. And so, you know, we're not talking like a Nintendo cartridge from Walmart or whatever. We're talking big bucks for these big bucks software. And so it.
I mean, I always tell people,
if you're watching this from WMS, if you've made it, how far into this are we?
Yeah, I know.
If you've made it thus far and you know the answer to that, send me an anonymous email. I want to know.
I doubt they would. with your accusation.
You would be surprised. You would be surprised.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
That's a good. I mean, you just do that for a short time.
It's a damn good theory. God damn it, because it's right.
It's just amazing that SG would buy Bally and WMS and give Bally the reins.
I'm not amazed by that at all. Bally. From a Wall Street standpoint, Bally knew what they were doing.
They had a lot of
WMS.
They got Shuffle Master, which is behind like table games as well. They had a lot of systems too. Not just slot machines.
So I don't know about you, but
I understand that. But as far as a game performing well, I think WMS had a better performing catalog than Bally.
It's so awkward to go to a Bally tour when they know who you are and you know that
You
they know who
bash
you
them.
are, and all I do is talk shit about them, and it is so awkward. And the head guy, like Ian, I love you, like you're great. But and he's so nice too. Like when you're there, and so am I. But like at the end of the day, yes, I talk a lot of shit about your products, and I'm sure it's difficult to not take it personal, but at the same time, they appreciate you not sugarcoating it or whatever. Like as a player, and they understand that I'm probably not their player, so they're not going to listen to a whole lot of stuff. They, take it for, I don't know, listen to me that much. But they get praise when they do something right. Like I'm probably the only person on the planet that loved Tetris.
I did too. Me and you both loved that game.
I think Tetris performed okay.
I don't think it performed well at all. It didn't come to Arizona.
I think it had a strong license as far as licenses go. I mean, it's a lot stronger than Sharknado.
I think they're going to re-release it as a different game, because I just think they released it at the wrong time because Dancing Drums was very popular, and that goes on the same cabinet. So I think Tetris got lost.
It is difficult to think about how much like a success on another game can mean, Dyer's, for another. Like I was concerned for Aristocrat putting out a Buffalo Grand and Gold at the same time. I think that they pulled it off. I'm willing to bet that they did. How? I don't know. I still call one the other all the time, like mistakenly, like speak in my videos about them all the time because it's jacked up.
Yeah. Do you like any of those? Either one of those?
Which ones?
No, Gold or Grand, because I think I'm alone on this, but I love Grand.
Grand was made by the company that made my slot, so of course I love them because
Okay.
I'm obligated. I don't know. I mean, I think there's plenty of things wrong with it, but as far as a Buffalo game goes, I think it's the most polished Buffalo game there is out there.
Absolutely.
It's okay, so Buffalo is considered, I think, a pretty volatile. The Buffalo Grand is considered a pretty volatile game. I believe Walking Dead 2 is a couple steps above it. Like they have like a rating that they use.
Sure.
And I think Walking Dead 2 is a couple steps above it. But I'm willing to bet that I don't know about you, but I feel like Five Dragons Grand performs well, but I never see it anywhere. And the reasons why I don't think I see it anywhere is because I think it is like ultra volatile. Mm-hmm. And so when most casinos see that rating or whatever it is that they use to communicate to the casinos that, hey, this machine could bankrupt you, basically. It could.
But every casino bought awesome reels. Go figure.
Well, I think that's where they learned their lesson.
You know, right?
I mean, the reason why that they like did a recall on that or what, they didn't do a recall, but they basically like took it off their website and acted like it never existed. Right. And the reasons why is because they were getting calls from casinos and being like, we can't pay this $150,000 jackpot. Like what is this shit?
And that wasn't even the top
so
jackpot.
livid with them about like it.
And you know what? You would have loved this. When my local casino got those in, they put them in as 2 cents. So could you imagine that?
I played that like a $10 bet at Cosmo, and I have a video of it. I won jack shit. I mean, I talked shit about it the entire time.
Oh yeah, that's a nasty game, I call it.
Right, but at the same like it's just one of those things that it's just like you have over the long run to make your money on it or whatever. And
but nobody was playing them either.
I think they built a cult following. I mean, I think Brent's.
No, they did because we saw that $35,000 jackpot.
Well, I think people are playing Five Dragons Grand. I just don't think you can really find it that many places.
No, you can't.
Do you agree with that, or
absolutely?
Do you see it
because we don't have it anywhere in Arizona.
Okay.
The only place I can play it is in Vegas. Okay. So, and I really like that game too.
I do too, because
for some reason I like it. I don't know why.
They did polish this one pretty well, I think. Because I don't think the Walking Dead 1 game is polished at all.
It's a trashy looking game.
I think it is so crappy.
And it didn't hold its. What do you call it? It hasn't held up to today's standards, whereas some old slots can hold up to today's standards. But I look back, I played it in Vegas with Two Arm Bandito, and I'm like, God, this game's really ugly, and this in an ugly cabinet.
Do you think that the second game though, like, reflects back on that, and like you're subconsciously holding that against that game, maybe? Because the second one it's in a different cabinet, that like the contrast or whatever in that first cabinet is so dim and grim, or why they didn't I don't know, but in the second one they did, and it looks so much better. And
that's probably why I won't play your the wheels.
Fuck you.
Because it's in a really ugly cabinet.
You think that? Wait, you think
the Spielo cabinet isn't?
I guess I won't argue with that because I kind of agree with you. Yeah. Although what I will say though is that I do agree with your analysis on that cabinet because of other games that I played out in the past. What I will say is because of the vivid 80s colors, you know, with neon and stuff like that was popular.
It works well.
It gives more value to that cabinet. I don't know. If you do see it, look at it, tell me what you think. But I do I don't get that turned off like you do from that. But I agree with you.
Cabinet sells it.
Like Ocean Magic in an old Spielo cabinet, and then play it on the new IGT cabinets. Like it really is a different game.
Absolutely.
The big win celebrations are completely different and everything. And
I hate that game too because it also replaced Star Rise.
Ooh, I love that game.
I know.
Love
it. Is pretty fun. We played the
and those videos also are very toxic. Nobody wants to watch Ocean Magic. I don't get why. I love it.
But see, this is what I love about you. You're going to play the game regardless, and you're going to record it and upload it.
I play for YouTube. I do not make money on YouTube yet. That's kind of like hopefully my goal in someday down the future. But until I start making a profit doing slot videos, I am not playing videos for YouTube. Like that just doesn't make sense.
Play what you have fun with, and I think that makes my videos. Like when I play a game people want to play, I'm not into it. I'm like, oh, I got to play Buffalo Gold again. I want to play games that excite me, so you guys are entertained by my reaction to something.
Yeah, people that play Buffalo Gold, we just won't talk about them. Diana.
But so many channels play Buffalo Gold, it's disturbing.
I like that one a little too much, and I've been following her channel, and I'm like, oh, girl. Like, I feel like her gambling with me in Vegas may not be as successful as it has in the past because the shit that she plays.
Well, she just wants to please everybody, and
I remember. Is fine. Diana's a pleaser. Like
absolutely.
Girl, you do you. I'm an asshole. I want to please myself.
And I like her variety. She just doesn't. Well, I mean, she kind of. I don't think she sticks with
it. Dragon Link, Buffalo Gold. What else?
Lightning
Link.
Totally
joking. I will say I do like Dragon Link, and it bothers me that I do.
Why?
I don't.
Isn't it just a Lightning Link in a different cabinet?
Basically, but it has high limit, and you can and it has my kind of high limit, which is less lines. So like a $5 bet on Dragon Link, and I need to actually like find somebody to confirm or deny this with or whatever. But I want to know if those different denominations on that can have different payback percentages, and if they often do. Like you know,
here's one thing. I can't speak for the other companies, but I'm hoping to get Ultimate Firelink in the Slot Museum very soon, and that's another multi-denom game. So,
Lightning Link's cousin-in-law or whatever.
Right.
I didn't hate that game. I made that was a game that was brand new to me that I got kicked out there. I actually probably got kicked out because of that machine, because that's when they were on to me. And I don't know about you, but when you're making videos at the casino, when security is on. Like the way that they act, like it's so odd. But it's like, oh, they're on. Like, and I knew it.
They're always walking a couple times behind me, and then they're like, "Oh, sir, you need to stop."
The eye contact with the slot attendants, the people that have reported it but can't do anything about it until security comes down or whatever. Like I was like, "Oh, you told on me."
Yeah.
Yep, I can picture her now.
I still record though. Like I would.
Oh
like,
yeah! Oh
I
I
got stopped during my 100 free spins of Vampire's Embrace, and I got told to stop recording. I just put it in my lap and still aimed it up, hoping I was getting something.
Did you?
And I ended up doing it.
I would have been like, fuck. I got told.
How often do you get 100 free spins on Vampire's Embrace or any of those?
What?
I had to film it.
Oh yeah, I've. Even to get 4 symbols for 25 or whatever is a fucking dream.
Well, result. I got a 0 bonus off of that once.
Oh, poor pumpkin. I don't know about you, but I hate bonus getting guarantees. I do not want to hear that bell when that bonus is over. You give me a fucking 0. I don't want to hear that bell. I
don't like it either because it's like, oh, I get a $5 bonus, but you're going to guarantee me a. Why don't you just make a bonus that's. It takes you forever sometimes to get a bonus. Just give me a good experience.
Because people bitch about it and they listen to people.
Oh, absolutely.
They just need to not listen to people.
I got to give them bonus.
I think that's where I met Kevin was in that fucking like focus group where all these people were like, what do you like? The director, what do you like about slot machines? Well, ones I win on, and it's like,
Kevin
and I were just wanted to strangle everybody. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah. Well, I like picking Kevin's brain. He's a good guy, and he's
Kevin is a good guy.
Like if we had Kevin on here, we probably could go the entire 8 hours talking about slot machines.
Oh, I'm sure we could. We should have her on here sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's a good game designer. I saw a couple of his games today, and I'm loving one of them.
That remains to be seen. I'm a harsh critic. I'm totally joking, of course.
No, I know, but I like wolves. I'm just saying I like wolves in my games, and
I think you showed that one to me. I'm thinking of the Carney themed one, and then there was one with spiders that I really liked actually because I fucking hate spiders, and it did very well in this one. So. Again, like it's like a Sharknado effect. Like, whoa, you took dog shit and made it into that. I was like,
yeah,
that's impressive.
I don't know how much of this we can talk about.
Right, I don't mind. They can think that their trademarks are all fancy and whatever. It's like, fuck you. I will sell your ideas to Aristocrat for $5. I am shady as fuck. Like,
I still find this game fascinating. I want to talk to the guys at Crazy Tooth, I think they're called.
What a lovely name.
Yeah, but the crystal spider on the Bally cabinet.
I saw that in your museum, and I have only seen that game once in the casino. I never got the bonus, but I
want to know how that bonus works.
Broken. Otherwise, I would have kept playing it.
Yes, I want to know how that bonus works because you pick an area on the grid.
Nobody knows. There's only one machine of it out on the floor, and it's never bonus before in its life. Like nobody knows.
And I think they had it at Circus or one of those shitty.
It bombed.
It did.
I would actually love to know, like, talk to a person in finance at a slot machine company or whatever, because you know I'm sure that some of these slot machines, you know, you put in everybody's time and whatever, they cost $1 million to make.
Absolutely.
They really do. And I want to know, like, okay, this game you made a profit on or you lost, you profit or loss, and I bet you I could nail them.
It was funny. I did a 60 minutes live on my channel on the Big Chase. And I'm like, I wonder as we're playing this game, I'm wondering if they're in meetings like talking about the story of the game, which I made up the story of the Big Chase of what's in the briefcase. I'm sure they do.
Like they actually, like everybody on the team that did The Walking Dead 2, they went to story classes about how to storytelling basically. And you can say this is loosely, as much as a slot machine can. It should, by the way. I do think a slot machine should tell a story, and it can. And it's really weird to think about it being able to do that, but a lot of machines do, and they should. And
everyone in the case, we were trying to figure out what's in the case. Actually, the Big Chase I don't care if you like the game or not, but it does a really good job
I'm vaguely familiar with what you're talking about, yeah.
I think it does a really good job at trying to tell a story, believe it or not. And I love the game for whatever reason, even though I would never play it in a casino.
I think the creepiest story that game makes me think of Diamond Run or Rich Girl.
Yes.
But by the way, I hate that the bonus symbol says a different name than the machine. I think that's just batshit crazy, but that's another story. But that one's so creepy. So creepy. That like it's like Donald Trump, like Stormy Daniels. I don't even want to know, but it's just fucking creepy. It's so creepy. I can't play that game. I can't. Nope.
Do you like a moody slot? Do you like something?
Who's watching us at church? Anybody?
Who's watching us at church? I know.
Put me on speaker. Fuck! Your sermon sucks.
Yes.
What did you ask?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I like machines that really take me into a world, and I remember they still have this at my local. Is like the Cabinet of Curiosity.
Oh, that game is phenomenal. Mostly because it's so like the baby.
Yes.
The baby is so goddamn fucked up, but in like the best way possible.
Yes. Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, that one, yeah.
That turned me on to multimedia. Well, I think when that came out, it was multimedia games, but it's now But
that was
that
one
game
of my
turned me on to them.
You need to watch my video from today on Shark Attack if you haven't.
Okay.
That game is amazing, and you'll see why. Like it is really, really good.
And I said this before, but I'm really looking forward to the Brady Bunch.
Who's making that one?
Every. And they use it in their 9-grid slot machine, and that's brilliant.
All right. They're going to get some points on that, but it's like, how much can you do with the 9-grid slot machine?
No, exactly. But if in order to get a progressive, you got to line them up in their correct spots from the opening titles.
I don't
care. It's
ridiculous,
but it's great.
Fuck Greg, fuck Marsha, fuck you. I don't care. Time will tell. I
know.
They've done a few licenses. Casablanca.
I love that game, by the way. Casablanca is.
I have not played it.
It's really well done. Very well done.
Okay, they've got some good games. They have a good spectrum. How should I say this?
Caddyshack did suck 2-armed. Oh, that game was terrible.
Well, I think it failed, so I think that can. That one Tell me it was profitable, and I would say you're batshit crazy.
Hey, it's still at Treasure Island.
Yours doesn't mean shit.
I know.
It means Treasure Island is too cheap to update their floor.
That's true.
They did something. Okay, so they did with that. The successful thing that they did with that was they took that Lord of the Rings 3-reel idea that they have beat taking a dead horse and just beating it over and over again. How many different times they can come up with different things that can happen on a top box. But at the same time, that's also a good thing because as a player, we're familiar with that. It can bring in repeat customers or, bring you onto a new game because the features are different, but they're very similar in how it works and everything. And so the top box was a little different for that one, but I don't think the license is strong enough. I don't know.
And I love the Caddyshack movie, but
I'm gonna say I don't. A license.
Well, I didn't think Cheers was going to be successful either.
What's that?
I love Cheers, and I didn't think that would be a successful slot.
Well, I thought it would. It was a #1 TV show or something.
Well, yeah, but it just didn't feel like a slot machine to me. Like, how do you do this in a slot?
Are you talking about the original one or the one that Bally made?
Both of them are clones of other games.
I was like, they're both really shitty.
Both are shitty. I mean, WMS didn't understand the show, but they understood a fun game, and Bally understood the show.
Again, that came out after Monster Jackpots. And what did we learn tonight from SD?
That's right.
That was under their different direction. I don't know. I never got to see Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm pissed off about that because
I hated it.
I didn't think about that one. I do feel that I think that machine should have been successful. So that means, and again, like with Share. So that means that I'm wrong, which we know is not correct.
But they didn't engage the player. They didn't play with the player enough. That's the problem. Because no, hold on. Let me finish my point. I do not like Michael Jackson, but I love the original Michael Jackson, and that made me.
And so does everybody. And then the second one was dog shit and failed completely. So what's your point?
So my point is like, how do you entice me if I'm not into that brand? How do you get me into that game like Michael Jackson did?
Well, same thing. Yeah, same thing with Sharknado with compelling gameplay,
Exactly.
But I feel that Rocky Horror had that though.
Yeah, but I just don't know if it was as interactive.
Maybe I'm blinded by the camp factor or whatever, because I do think that they really did a good job with that game. What's the other game that was Monty Python?
That was a brilliantly.
That game, that license is such dog shit in my opinion.
Yep.
But that game was so I see what the designer saw in that game, and there's no way that person was not a Monty Python fan. There's just absolutely no way. If you told me that that person had never seen Monty Python, I would tell you you're.
And the complete opposite with WMS's Cheers. I don't think anyone who worked on that game was a fan of the show.
If I was working there and you told me to watch Cheers, I'd be like, yeah, okay. And I'd go home and just leave the DVDs in the kitchen and never watch it.
But the people behind Monty Python love that. Oh, that's such a good game.
Right, and it shows when a game designer is in love with the game. It shows. There's just no working around that. You can't. They give it the extra touch or whatever that is thoroughly communicated to the player. So yeah, I don't know.
Just saying, like, you can tell what studio loves like the license.
I'm disappointed as fuck that Mystery Date failed, but I'm also not surprised. Would you agree that it failed? Did it show up anywhere near you?
I never heard of the game, but I remember. I mean, I never seen the game, but I've heard of it, so I don't know what the hell.
Have you seen my video of it? I did an amazing intro to it.
Okay, I think I did. But if it's a game, I'm not like, oh, this is terrible. Not that I wouldn't.
Just watch the intro. It's got a plunger. It's got Brent. It's good. It's good.
The Golden Girls game. Woohoo! Well, Golden Girls game.
There's not a Golden Girls slot machine. They need to get on that. Like Brent and I said that like a year ago. Is there one coming out?
No, I'm just like, seriously, they need to get one out because shut up, Siri.
You can change Siri in settings.
How you doing? Oh, the original Clue was somebody who had to love Clue.
No, that came out right before Monster Jackpot, so I would say that was still in the WMS's Sparkle phase. Yeah. I mean, I think that for whatever reason, dark themed slots are popular and therefore fun to do as well because they're just kind of fucked up, and I don't know. It's more fun to do a slot machine like that, right? But then they made the second Clue after that, and I didn't
hate it either. I have mixed opinions about it.
But
I thought it was a lazy attempt.
That there was a different direction at that one, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, no, the original Clue was again under that. It was right there at the end before they switched, and I would almost be willing to bet that the original Clue either didn't make money or came close to not making money. That I'm because
it took up a lot of space in casinos.
It took up a lot of space in casinos, which prevented a lot of them from leasing it because it was a lease game and you had to lease at least 4. Where do you see any time today like that being a requirement?
Well, I've seen
places lease like just 2 dancing drums and it being a huge casino. And it's like, you want at least like a dozen of those fuckers. And for a place then to commit to a 4 console thing. So only the big places got it. They had to pay for the player's life, which was an investment I don't think. I think Player's Life was like Walt Disney's Fantasia. It was was an idea before its time, and it cost them a lot to upkeep it. And it's really unfortunate that wasn't more of a success for them.
That was a brilliant idea. I loved it.
I think it still is a brilliant idea. I think whoever gets on top of the next version of that,
they're going to be successful with it.
I think with online gaming now, I was having the argument 6 months ago with Low Roller, like saying that, in 10 years, 20 years down the road, like some of these casinos are going to be close. Like we're going to see a lot less land-based casinos. And he was like, nothing will impact the casino business. I mean, we see slot machines coming out now that go online, like WMS leases to online companies just to do like Angel Blade or whatever that game is that's new or whatever. Like I just played that in the casino for the first time the other day.
What'd you think?
It was okay.
I think it's going to be. I think it's the underrated. I want your help on this. I want to do
will say
an award thing.
underrated, yes, but it's okay. So they went into a themed game with that X Factor or whatever the fuck that is that they're wanting. They're wanting to take that idea and spread it across many different licensed games. Okay, so you're taking me out of the theme by having the X thing.
X Zone, yeah.
The X Zone, is that okay?
Yeah.
So I'm.
I love that bonus.
They're taking a Lock It Link kind of like approach to that, or a Mighty Cash is probably the better thing, right? Like Zorro has nothing to do with Mighty Cash.
Right.
I think that Gimme Games did a decent job theming that with Zorro. Like I'm not so.
I'm not giving him a pass for Zorro.
No, that's fine.
Nope.
But so they did the same concept though. Is what I'm saying is like the Mighty Cash is gone on several machines now. It's always called Mighty Cash. It uses the same logo. It uses the same gameplay, so you the player know
you're
kind
playing
of what it's
Mighty
doing before you
Cash.
sit down. Just like the same way they did a Lock It Link, which is a series or whatever. And so I haven't seen it yet, but I assume that that's what they're doing with that X Zone shit, right?
We'll see. I mean, it's not much different than X Rising. I mean, it's a little different, but you're still taking that
X
mechanic.
I don't know what
quick
that
hit. When you get an X on the bonus, it increases the multipliers.
I wouldn't know about quick hits. That's for degenerates. I don't have time for that.
No, I'm a quick hit fan, and I'm not a degenerate.
Yeah, you're also the other thing that I described too. But so, but like. Zorro did a good job, or at least a better job, I think, of theming that aspect with the game, whereas X Zone doesn't even try, in my opinion. And they also did something really shady with the progressives.
Oh, so don't get me started with that progressive bonus. That's the failure of the game, in my opinion.
It what?
It's the failure of the game, in my opinion.
Well, I don't know that it's a failure because I kind of respect them in how brilliantly they like deceived the player.
Yes, they do. Did you get past the set amounts because we did in Vegas? And
you got jacked because you had to go up the other steps.
Yes,
Brent and I were going to real review this game, or we actually did, and I'm Brent. There's no way that you can obtain that from those steps, and we poured over that game to figure it out. And he's like, Brent figured this out. Like, oh, there's steps. Like that's how they do it. And I'm like, that is so fucked up, but it's kind of brilliantly done on their part. So I kind of respect it. So it's fuck you, but also.
No, it's a major fuck you because we thought we hit a progressive, and they're like, "No, you got to go through 3 more steps behind that progressive label." Could you made it a little bit more clearer though?
But what did that do to your subconscious and to your dopamine levels and everything? That like, it's like that third bonus symbol not hitting, but like it still gives you that rush or that dopamine or whatever.
For me, I hated that bonus even more because it's hard to begin with.
You say that on the outside, but on the inside, you might see something different. That's all I'm saying. Just like Brent saying, when a 5X comes up and it says big win on the screen, and that does nothing for me. Doesn't do it. And I'm willing to bet that it probably does at least a little something.
Oh no! Or when you get 2 bonus symbols and the third one just keeps going by, Yep. No, I get that, but I think they should have made that a little bit more clear when you're doing that because those picks are hard. It's very hard to get even into the progressive level.
I know, but that's why I kind of respect the hell out of it because they really made me think that a progressive was somewhat attainable, even though it wasn't a batshit chance in hell.
Right.
But like the way that they disguised it though and got away with it, I respect something about that a lot.
Right.
I think the girl that designed it actually did the Ultimate Fire Link. I think it's the same designer.
No, it's a different studio, but that same studio did the new Cash Spin. Brilliant job with it. And it's called Sin City Diablos is the team, and they've been developing games for Bally for a long time. Even the old
is that
mechanicals.
the local place with you?
Hmm.
You said never mind.
No. Sin City Diablos is a Bally team that's developed games for them for years. A lot of mechanical real games too.
There's who created the power gems, because they have actually in the pay table, they have, which I think is very not common. It's called it's like a zombie studio or something. They have like a movie credits in the pay table, which
Rogue?
I think every game should have. It's so great.
Is it Rogue?
It's a zombie game. It's like Zombie Brains or something. Like it's a
Oh,
Bally
I know which one you're talking about. Oh shit, what's the name of it? I've seen it on some of the games I have here.
They need to do that more often. I actually think every game manufacturer should do that, because I just thought as a player, when I saw that, it made me feel that they valued their employees a lot more. Like, it made me feel, I don't know, more as a fan.
Well, no, I mean, are you talking about the screen that shows all of their names and signatures?
Yeah.
Fudali has it.
Shitty game.
No, I know, but
I went and looked at that pay table. I got to the first page and I was done.
But no, I love how Bally respects their employees, and I will always want, you know.
I won't say that Aristocrat doesn't, because they don't have that. But I just because I think they very much respect their employees. But that communicates it to those that don't. I don't know. I felt like it was really cool for me to see that employee recognition. You know, I don't know.
I love it.
I liked it.
I loved it too, because it's like, oh wow, these poor guys put their heart and soul in making these games, and if people hate them, I mean, that would crush me. I mean, think of it. You made your no, seriously.
I worry about that actually when I'm, you know, verbally reviewing these or whatever, playing them, because, you know, I know a lot of the people that like worked on these and who it will impact. So it's really hard not to like say exactly what you're feeling, but then at the same time, like, if you sugarcoat it, they don't want that. You know, they know not to take things personal or whatever. They respect, you know, my opinion and what have you. But yeah, no, it's hard knowing the faces behind the game that you're playing that you think is complete dog shit and like not saying that, you know.
But at the same time, let's say they hired us to give them like tips. Well, Ultimate Firelink should have been on newer hardware because it runs like shit. I don't think they would take our. I really do.
Why does it run like shit? It runs fine for me from what I saw. I don't know.
I think it's a sluggish game, and there's some issues with it. But that's me looking at it in a technical aspect. But for me, if I was working in Bally's queue, they would probably ignore all my notes because that would cost them more time and money to make those fixes. You know what I'm saying? Or little things like that.
Right. And they probably wouldn't want our opinion because we are such nitpicky people. That
exactly.
So like 99% of the players
don't care.
Will not notice that. Plus, 99% of players don't play what I like.
Right.
I would probably take Lightning Link and make a complete pile of shit out of it that nobody. It would be. Have you ever seen the Homer Simpson episode where his brother's like the fancy like millionaire that owns a car company, and he wants like the average Joe to make a car? Homer make this car, and Homer comes up with this complete piece of shit that bankrupts his brother.
Right.
Like, oh my god, it's so terrible.
We would totally bankrupt the companies. Yeah,
that's what I would do.
Oh, I would be such a nitpicking.
I would create the biggest obnoxious piece of shit that I would just cream over every time, but everybody else would be like,
I would be like, hey, that audio transition into the bonus music to the base game could be a little bit shorter. They would totally be like, fuck you. We're done. We're shipping this out.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're under time constraints, and
absolutely, we got to remember
that's probably the pass that Breaking Bad gets. But I really want to talk to somebody about Breaking Bad and find out what the fuck happened there. I'm willing to bet somebody got fired over that, because that was a big mistake. And
well, let's be honest.
There is no way that happened without somebody getting fired. Like I don't buy it. I don't. Somebody was dropped the ball big time on that. I don't know.
IGT has a lot of problems. I think IGT has a lot of problems. But
well, you do bitch about their software updating and things like that.
I'm sorry.
I feel like that's the same exact thing, but on a completely lower level, because it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like you can do that and like get away with it, and like because nobody really sees it, or the only people that really care about it is legal, and so they have to update it, and there's legal procedures for updating it, so it's not that big of a deal. But like, I don't know, to get to that bonus. How much does that music not being there affect that bonus? I don't know. I think a lot. I don't know. And I think that the Breaking Bad machine actually like performed decent. It was a strong license. I'm surprised that a machine about manufacturing meth did as well as it did.
Did CSI do well?
I don't think so.
It did.
I
No?
doubt it. I doubt it.
So that was like that game.
That was kind of along your lines of that Back to the Future, which probably performed better.
Oh.
But I'm willing to bet it was from the same studio because it just had that same feel or whatever.
It's the only game I can load on here, so I'm barely ever going to load it on it. And I don't like the game that well to keep it on there.
The free spin bonus pissed me off. It's difficult to understand. It's not communicated appropriately.
Or the time thing. I forget which one it was where you're picking the numbers. Unfortunately, I'll have to load that game one more time to do a
strong license. The music got flagged for me. That really pissed me off. I'd have rockin' thumbnail for that game that I made recently too. But it.
Which one?
For Back to the Future.
Oh, Back to the Future. Yeah.
I had fun designing that one. But yeah, no.
Well, the next time we'll be
Phantom
on
of
here.
the Opera. I think that it's a decent license.
Wait, didn't they make an update to that just recently, or no?
That game was Wheelorama 0.5 or something. I don't know.
I want
many flaws that I would have fixed, just like Wheelorama.
I want every to do the next Phantom of the Opera. No.
I want IGT to stick with it and use it as their wrecking ball cabinet that's really tall.
The Star Rise cabinet?
And isn't it the wrecking ball? Doesn't wrecking ball have its own cabinet that's really taller than that even?
Well, not that I've seen it again. Because they replaced it with Star Rise.
There's a wrecking ball in Star Rise now?
No, so we used to have 4 Star Rises. Now we only have 1 left, and they put Wrecking Ball in one, and then Ocean's Magic in the other 2.
But the wrecking ball did not change the cabinet.
No.
Okay. Then it must not be different.
Ugh.
Let's call it a night. I'm getting tired.
Yes, I'm getting tired too.
I need to.
I'm way past my bedtime, but it's always a pleasure to talk with you.
Yes, I'm sure that everybody is bored off their motherfucking minds. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see if I missed any super chats before I say goodbye to anybody. Oh, there's lots of carrots. Love that shit.
Yo, Teddy must have been in here.
Moly Fio. I don't. His is held for review. Maybe there's too many carrots on. Who knows? I need to figure out this held for review bullshit because it's
in your.
I want people to say what they want to say.
Yeah, turn it off in your option.
You want to say fuck you? Then you say fuck you. Fuck you. All right, Paylines. Hey, thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate it.
No problem. I always love doing this.
Love getting into the nitty gritty because Brent can't do this because it just it's too much for her little.
Well, I like how we can bounce back and forth, and Brent just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
He's used to being
Brent.
Star of attention. Yep.
I can only imagine what he sounds like on his Robinson Crusoe podcast.
Fuck.
If Brent watches this, I love Brent, and he should know.
He won't. He thinks he's far too busy. Yes. Don't even get me started on how busy Brent thinks he is, because I think that's like what really just drives me up the wall.
And then
it really bothers me because
then he was with Manny. It's like, oh, I haven't even started working because they didn't approve my license yet. I'm like, oh, but you're always busy. But he did Family Feud for me, so I give him kudos for that.
Yeah, no, that only goes so far. He's.
I know.
Well, yeah, my heart.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet dreams, everybody, I guess, or good morning. Enjoy church or whatever it is. I hope you don't enjoy church. Actually, I couldn't care less. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you've hung out this far, you get a special treat. See Paylines for redemption. And click up over here for Paylines, up over here for the SlotTraveler. Subscribe to their channels, and we'll see you next time.